Right, so this game, I think for most sane people, nobody's really going to be interested in this, but I find this scratches a particular itch for me, and it does simulation stuff particularly well. It is jank, very, very jank, but don't let that distract you from a good time. We're gonna do the new game immediately so you can see the setup, and then we're gonna jump into the middle of what I'm currently running, because I don't see any gains in going through the early levels again. Yeah, let's shove it right over here so we can see what the game is all about. Although, to be fair, the intro doesn't really tell you much about that. Ah, we'll do it anyway. It's where they put all their budget into. Yes, from the makings of the ship graveyard simulator.
I'll be right there. 9102 Fairwary Drive, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I know that this is your first time and that the property looks intimidating. But it's a simple job. Get your act together, or I'll find someone else to take your place, newbie.
A simple job. Yeah. I'll call you right back. I'm getting there. Okay, here I am. Enter the crane, whack the ball. Easy money. At least that's what the boss kept saying. I've arrived. I'll wrap up the job, write up the report, and roll. I'll see you soon.
I left the keys in the back. The wrecking ball's getting hungry, newbie. Don't prolong it. My patience is limited, and time is money.
Boss? I think there's something wrong with this house number. It's kind of crooked and...
I certainly got you the right address. You think I'm talking crap, newbie?
No, boss. The thing is...
Stop whining and get to work. The money's good. There's no time to be picky. Such a customer happens once a quarter. Move it!
He's not wrong. The money in this game does feel very good to get because of the way that you get it. So we're doing this tutorial, but the tutorial in this game really doesn't make any sense. There's nothing at all to do with what you actually end up doing in the game. I hope you enjoy the talking, because we're not going to see much more of it for long. But it does show what you can be doing in this game.
Boss? We have a problem.
Destroying.
I'm not up to the job, huh?
What did you think? You brought it on yourself.
Cheap fast food version of Teardown. Teardown's a heist game, though.
Start my own business.
Teardown's cheap version of Payday 2.
I'll still see if it's for sure, boss. See you in the contract market. It's time to get to work.
It's not what we're going to be running with, but I just want to see the early stuff.
Paperwork, and then all the rest. I'll buy this permit and get to work.
I'm not even sure it's worth going through the start a bit rather than just jumping into the meat of the game. But yeah, you suddenly end up with your own teardown company. And you get your warehouse here and you start doing jobs. But rather than do the tutorial jobs, which kind of drag things out, we're just going to jump straight into it. But we got the joy of seeing the introductory cutscene, right? Maybe. Wasn't this a weekly one-shot at some point? I would imagine not. This game only just came out. Oh, it quit the entire game. Thank you. I wanted to go to main menu. Maybe I hit the wrong button. Factorio's still running in the background, though. That should go away. Professional streamer, by the way. I've been in this for the years. The game is apparently still running. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Come on, game. I do want to actually play you. I spent pretty much all of yesterday playing this game. Although what I probably should have set up with some background music, because this game is silent. Professional assagagement... Asmar, I think you're having a stroke there. See a doctor. Alright. Let's imagine that we've just seen that cutscene. Huzzah, we're set up. And this is the fruits of my labor from what I've been playing around with for all of yesterday. So it's all very simple. You have a warehouse and you fill it up with goods that you get from trashing places, and then you can sell this stuff up and fulfill contracts, but the meat and potatoes of this game is going out and demolishing places. So let's just jump right into it and get to work. We can look at all the progress stuff once we've gone and done a job. Where should we mess up first, chat? We've got this quiet mountain place. My husband has found us a new home. It's a beautiful place. We need to sell the old plot of land. And they want me to demolish their house. In fact, I think all the jobs we currently have are demolish, demolish, demolish. Sometimes it's not demolish, but it seems all of these ones are. So Neighbor from Hell, they spelt neighbor wrong. Hurricane Horror, Moving Out, or Quiet Mountain. Which of these houses do you most want to see leveled? This one's already kind of leveled. Let's say veteran streamer, not professional. I think I'm literally a professional. I'm not sure that veteran is literal there. Oh, well, no one's coming out with anything, so I think I will follow the money. Quality client seems to be paying me decent dosh, although Moving Out by offers a bit more. Yeah, I want the more money. Let's take the contract for this one. It's a bit further away. You have to keep in mind how far you have to travel for jobs. All right, fulfilled my dream and I'm moving to Europe. All right, very good. I'll accept your contract then and get to work. And we'll just head on out. This is your starter truck. Opens up on both sides and the back. However, I have bought a bigger truck, so of course we're going to be using that. Here's my bigger truck. It opens on one of the sides and has significantly more space, but it's still so narrow. Filling that up ends up being a significant part of the game, but we're going to bring ourselves some of these. Rather miserably, these items don't stack. Not many things do stack to let you carry multiple at a time, because I gotta tell you, it'd be really good if I could. One of the more frustrating things about this game, and there are a lot of frustrating things about this game, I will mention them as they come up, is a lot of back and forthing with no run button, so you're just slowly ambling back and forth to fill things up. But that does mean that positioning is important. I could have it positioned so that these things are right next to my truck. And in fact, my truck should be here. It's just because of a layout that I did last time. The big truck is over here. We make do with 4 of these? Yeah, 4 of these will be fine. All right, let's lock and load. 120 kilometers of trucking. Yep, all done off stream. There's no actual driving in this game. But it does have a cost and time associated with it. It took us an hour and a half to get here. An hour and a half to travel 120 kilometers in this thing? Not bad. So let's get our goods on the ground and see what we have to do here. It sounds like it's raining, but there's no actual rain falling, which is kind of bizarre. A lot of bizarre things about this game. Made by Poles, by the way. Maybe we have some Polish viewers that can understand what makes things so bizarre. So first and foremost, I want to get the important jobs done. So they want me to retrieve a few things before I start smashing the place. They want to take the wardrobe, and they want the TV from the living room. Well, here's the TV. I think this is the right TV. Now, I could steal this TV for myself. This is one cool thing about the game. I could go, you know, this is a nice TV. I'm going to take it. But you will get penalized for doing so. And it's pretty hard to make more money than the penalty is. In fact, I think it's impossible. So I don't know why you would steal something. I suppose if you had a certain contract that you really needed done. So in this other van, you put down the goods that the client has requested. They want a wardrobe. Where in the world is their wardrobe? It's a high-tier wardrobe. This looks a lot like it. Let's move some items so they don't get trashed. And make sure there's nothing in here that's going to get destroyed. Because if you... sometimes destroying stuff will make them unhappy. Although I think my general order is that I can trash whatever I want. So maybe it's not too big a deal. Just check and make sure there's nothing to ravage here. Looks good. All right, let's get dismantling. Now, if you love assembling IKEA furniture, you get to do it in reverse here. Round and round we go. Round and round we go. Still another little screw in there. This thing for some reason isn't popping out far enough, but there we go. Did I mention the jank? God. That thing gets in the way now. I wonder if I need to pull off other bits to access it. Oh well, we can remove this part. It's at this point I'm starting to notice that there's no music in this game. I think when I was playing this yesterday, I just had some streams going in the background. Baron von Owen there, trying to slay some spires. Where's the sledgehammer? Yes, we will be sledgehammering. But first we take care of the finer elements. Our client wants their wardrobe, and we're going to be packing it up. I used a guy to move my stuff once. When I moved from Sweden to Hungary, I got, funnily enough, a Polish man in a big old truck, came around and grabbed my stuff, but he sure as sugar wasn't disassembling things for me. I guess that's just something that our company in this game offers. Got to stay ahead of the competition. Our boss didn't seem like the guy that would tolerate that kind of stuff. The lack of music is really getting to me. Let's go and put on music that makes us all think about racing around in Discount Formula 1. Except where is that? I think I have you right here. Alright, good enough. Right, and then we just start wedging these things off. It's got these weird little kind of mini games you do for items. So you have to click and hold for the screws. You gotta move these things up and down, which is very arthritis-inducing. I hope someday they put in an accessibility option so I don't have to like move my mouse back and forth. Like I'm thrusting my mouse back and forth to wedge these things off. And it did make me think, wow, have I ever seen a game do that kind of control? And then I thought, no, I have not. Probably for good reason. Alright, come on. We'll start peeling this thing apart. I still can't access that screw. Maybe you just need to really get your fingers in there. There we go. Let's bring that down a touch. It's a bit loud for me. Alright, there. Now we can pull apart the whole thing. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it goes into a box. And again, I could steal this. Can't run with it. In fact, you move very slow with certain items. So let's grab that and chuck it in here. Are there any more items my client wanted? They wanted the wardrobe, the television. They wanted to get the washing machine from the bathroom, but then we can just start stealing and destroying. And I think it's the stealing part that really appeals to me in this game. They wanted the washing machine, right? Oh. You see, the amount of money you get paid for tearing down buildings isn't great. You won't make a lot of money doing that. However, if you subsidize your income through looting, then you can make some serious money. And I fancy making some serious money. So we're going to take in our wee boxes here, and we're going to grab any loose items of value. I mean, they said to destroy the place, so what's the deal if I just happen to steal things? General rule of thumb is I'll take anything worth $10 or more. So, picture, that's coming with me. Strange hippo figure that's made in Poland that's worth a staggering amount of money, that's coming with me. You can keep your elephant thing. We've got some books, they're only worth 7. What is hiding over there? It's more books. Anything in the old cubbies? No, how about these curtains? Curtains worth 15? Nice, give me the drapes. Window blinds aren't something you can take. Plants, not worth anything. Wall clock, not really worth anything. Any of your clothes worth money? No, they must be freshly laundered then. Nice set of knives. Yoink. Oh wait, I think that was only worth 5. Take my very own toaster. Yoink. So these items that I put in boxes, some clients might want to buy them off of me. So I take them with that in mind. Something else of note is that you don't just sell them directly, you get contracts for them. I don't need to pick up all these things because we were told to destroy or dispose of everything, so it's no big deal where it all goes. So anything I don't like, I just destroy, and all is well. Ooh, frying pan, that's worth money. Like, this appeals to me in a big way. It's, I guess that's why Payday 2 is a game that I adore. Just going around and stealing stuff feels so good. Harkens back to going around a closed down oil office and just looting stuff. I mean, all the good stuff was already taken, but it really felt good in ways that I should probably seek professional help about. So that's one load, and we'll see if there's enough for another load. Hello, somebody left their guitar here. Guitar's worth good money. 45, I think. Oh, wow, there's quite a bit of things in here. Let's just move you in general. Some books are worth more than others. I'll take the stuff that's actually valuable. Piggy bank. Somebody left their money in the piggy bank. More books. Another kind of weird piggy bank. Some more books. Some more expensive-ish books. The plant isn't worth diddly, but those clothes seem to be worth money. What? Okay, plant is cursed. Let's take it with us. Model plane, that'll do. Some paintings that aren't worth a whole lot of money. Anything else in here? Holding curtains. This is a barren stream. That references something that goes over my head. So, do you think we can get a third box of valuables? A surprisingly large amount of this game is Tetris stacking stuff inside your van. There's no weight limit, but there's a size limit, and all the doors must close before you drive off. Okay, there's still some valuable paintings in here, so we're at least going to get one more box of stuff. There's an idea to scope out the place before you bring over your box of tricks to steal things, but managing what you put in your truck will save you time and money, because, yeah, you've got a time limit for each of these missions, and it costs money in fuel to bring stuff or bring your van over. Shove it all in there. This painting's worth $14 dues. Well, it's my painting now. This only works for small items, by the way. Anything else? Nice painting, worth 15. I can turn the lights on, by the way. This being Unreal Engine, the lighting is, of course, god-awful. Like, everything is either obscenely dark or absolutely blindingly bright. And I'm not in the know enough to blame anything other than Unreal Engine. So, this is looking finely picked through now. We're going to have a quick look around the back to see if there are any more loose items, and then we're going to start taking the big pieces and then tear this thing apart. Yeah, I do wish this game had more hidden items, like hidden vault, hidden safe. Go through certain areas and find some nice stuff. Would make exploration feel a bit more of the game. Alright, there's nothing else, so we'll just fill up with small amounts of crap. Just whatever to fill up the box. You can go back with a partially filled box, but it's just too much to care about. Just bring this box, put it in. That means I have an empty box. The boxes only cost me $5 dues each, so I am not going to be crying over just leaving one behind. It's not even worth taking back with me. Now let's consider if we want any of the big items. I've come to the conclusion that if it's not rare, I don't want it. But if it's premium stuff, things come in 3 tiers as far as I can tell. Common, rare, and premium. And I will take premium stuff, and I will generally take rare stuff. And if it's common, I'll just destroy it. Because the difference in value is rather immense, so that includes taking the entire freaking door with me. I'll just leave the door out here. How I stack things into the van, I'll figure out later. How about the windows? If they have any large windows, I'll be interested. Windows I don't think have a quality level, although if they do, that's kind of cool, but I've never seen windows planks and things come with that. Alright, so I saw one of my neighbors do this back in Scotland once, actually, wrenching the windows off the frames. They were trying to break into their own home. I think their own home. I think their landlord had evicted them, but they just took the window off the wall to make their way back in. I'll figure out how to shuffle that in later. I'll leave it out for now. I don't think those can be destroyed. Here's another large window. How did you stumble on this game? It got linked in Discord just yesterday morning, I think. And, you know, my initial senses were, oh, great, it's another low-budget simulation game. But being the moth to the flame that I am, I went to check it out anyway. Whoa, premium armchairs coming with me. This thing is huge, though, so it must have huge guts. These chairs are rare, that's not good enough, but this is a premium table. Premium table's coming with me. That means it needs to be dismantled. That means these are getting in the way, so let's just smash them up a bit. There we go. And we actually clean up after ourselves. This is another thing about the game I really like. You are rewarded for cleaning up. I don't have many social causes that I care about. In fact, you could go so far as to say I don't have any. But I do feel good about recycling and waste management. So this game comes along and says you're actually incentivized to manage your waste, and I'm like, oh, I like that. And that's nothing really to do with ecological stuff, it's more that I like closed systems. I like the idea of, you know, you bundle something in plastic, but then you take the plastic and you recycle it into other products, and you take the waste of the food to make something else, like a slurry or feed for animals, or even just give it to the poor. Very Filipino approach right there. Make, what's it called? Pack. Alright, so this thing's absolutely coming with me. And yeah, how we slot it in here to maximize space is of premium concern. I like recycling. I love getting or saving money with recycling. Oh, this shelf is also premium. I don't think that that animal there is premium. So yeah, premium goods coming with me. One thing is that disassembly takes quite a bit of time. You notice that we got to get down here, we got to unscrew, we got to package up and bring out. And that is a lot more of a time sink than just bringing over your sledgehammer and destroying it. Because my job is simply to dispose of these goods. Right? We were specifically contracted to rescue the television, the thing from the bathroom, and the wardrobe. And then beyond that, our contract is to destroy the house. And that destroying and or taking apart like this all get that job done. But if I care about my margins, and I absolutely do, we should take things of value. Now, you could take everything. I could take every chair, every table, but that's more space in my truck, so that's more journeys back and forth. Makes the job take longer that way. Some of them have a limit. Some of them tax you per day that you spend on the job. So, and also, you have limited space in your warehouse, which you can expand. And you can actually remodel your warehouse to your liking, and that feels really good in this game. But that doesn't change the fact that space is still limited, so you should be a bit choosy about what you take back with you. And my cutoff is, I'll take just about anything that's premium, and I'll take anything rare if it's of good value. Because you sell those goods based on their value, and some goods are more valuable than others, considerably so. Also, clients pay a different amount of money depending on the client. And without sounding too biased here, I don't deal with poors. And we'll look at the difference between the rich and the poor later on. I'm going to stack this on top of here if I can. That's a big F. No, that does not want to stack. Alright, I'll just put it here then. Just become a second-hand furniture store. In a manner of speaking, yes, you do exactly that. So a big kitchen cabinet might be rare, but it's not worth a lot of money. The sink cabinet is worth good money. The stove is worth very little money, same with the fridge, but those things I can just pick up and take with me. I won't because they're very hefty on the space. But did I miss those spatulas? That's no big deal. This is coming with me. It feels good just dealing with all these, because then you just start smashing, and the smashing feels good. And like I said, if you don't want to disassemble furniture, you're like, this is lame, I just want to swing my hammer and wrecking ball, you absolutely can. But I don't mind menial work like this. It takes me back to my childhood. Working jobs for £3 an hour. I do not tend to get bored with busy work like this. Which fits me well to be a streamer, because some of those games I play, jinx. I don't know how Polish Man is squeezing under here to get those bits wedged out, but I've seen Poles at work. Yeah, some Polish people might be saying, how, where? I certainly haven't. Let's do a bit of Tetris effecting here. There we go, saving space is saving money. You can rotate these things to a fair degree, not as much as you might like, but there we go. That certainly saves me a bit of space in the old van, saves me some back and forthing. So I haven't got to bother with any of this. The lighting fixture, waste of time, waste of time. Bookshelf might be rare, but it's not really worth it. Same with the dresser. Bed is kind of crappy. Premium door, on the other hand. I'm having the premium door. If I can find the bits here. I think this is a bit broken, but whatever works. powerful Polish screwdriver, punching its way through the entire door. But yet, taking the windows out of the wall and the doors off the hinges, I find it very, very funny and very rewarding. We'll figure out how to slot those into our van later on. Are any of these doors... Wow, all the doors are good value. You have a specific door storage in your warehouse. And of course, if you are a real door maniac, you could focus on doing almost nothing but doors. Doors do stack rather well, although they can be a bit awkward given the handle. I find, though, there just doesn't tend to be a big market for doors. Right, anything else to grab before we go? And this couch is too big to be worth that 150. That chair's a waste of time. Smashy smashy, same with this one. There was something else around the back here, right? Desk. Goodbye, desk. Alright, is it time for big smashy smashy now? I reckon it is. Leaning into the door meta. They want my hot door body. Let's just make sure that everything is good here. Yeah. We get a 1,000 stipend if we clean up after ourselves. And in my opinion, you always want to do that. Cleaning up is great. And I'm going to destroy the front porch and show you what I mean by that. And you got to start somewhere. The lighting in this game is so freaking bad. It's bright out. Why is this so dark? One thing I should have checked. Is this house made of plyboard or is it made of bricks? Oh, right. I could, by the way, be wrenching these out. Let's show that. May as well show parts of this game off. Yeah, I can take my crowbar and wrench out these beams. I guess I'm prying it out, right? I think I pried the wrong one there. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. And then you can actually grab the beams to bring back. The beams have plank, I suppose. Planks have very low value, and I have not really found any use for that. I think it's a waste of time, frankly. But I only picked this game up yesterday. It's not like I know the true meta. But it's the kind of game I've been playing for fun. So once you do a sufficient amount of damage, it might be worth grabbing your garbage bag and filling it up. And then you end up with boxes of recycled materials or materials to be recycled. You get paid 25 dollary dues per bag. And that's just free money, essentially. You scoop up the house as it's been destroyed. That ceiling light isn't worth it. I think I checked all the ceiling lights and things. Alright, very good. Let's start destroying this house. How would you destroy this house? How do you go about destroying it? I'm going to take care of the big furniture first. And then we are going to do what David Cameron hates the most and work from the bottom to the top. I really wish this sledgehammer came with upgrades. It's plenty strong enough, but think about the hammer upgrades that you got playing Ship Simulator. Oh, the shower. No. Bye, shower. Shower's really quick and easy to package up, but... toilet? Ooh, that's not a bad toilet, actually. I hope they don't mind the sledgehammer that I just smacked into it. But yeah, let's strongly consider this toilet taking a trip with us. Yeah, we polished off the damage that we did. All right. There's destruction to be done. We'll be doing it. Is the hammer your only tool? So your tools are your hands, your hammer, your garbage bag, your scanner, and your chisel. Oh, that's right. I want to see what the walls were made of. Thanks for reminding me. You also have your wedgie thing like that, whatever you might call it. You can steal the walls as well, of course. I think I have plenty of walls back home, but maybe I don't. I'll have to check that when I am back. So yeah, there's not a lot of tools in the game. You better get comfortable with the hammer. I just wish there were upgrades for the hammer. It would make me feel better about it. This thing is rare, but... Smashy smashy. Alright, so I want to just bring this house down. There are no bricks. Bricks are actually quite valuable, but this is probably made in America. Well, it's made in Poland, but the setting is probably in America. So we know the walls are made of Your Rice Krispie cakes. So, let's get smashing. I'm gonna bring the whole house down. So you smash off the walls, although you can, like we did earlier, you can wiggle the walls off, but I find it just faster to get smashing. Those beams, you can steal those as well, and some of them will survive my reckless hammering. So I find it's better rather than cutting them. Well, I suppose I could show off cutting them. There we go, and then huzzah! I've got my very own additional plank or beam or something. $14 dues. No, I'd rather just get smashing. I wish the items you picked up were a bit more useful. Like, maybe I'd be a bit more incentivized to get these planks if I knew people were going to buy them at a good rate, or if I needed them for upgrades. So there are issues with the progression in this game, but whatever. I'm here to smash. What kind of paper house is this? We're in America. God hates them, so brings down the hurricanes, and they go, rather than building stuff to stand up to that, we'll just have them easy to rebuild when they break. I've had it explained to me that there is good reason that American homes are built out of old cereal boxes, but I'd far rather just be punitive towards them. So I find if you just get the wooden beams, especially the ones on the corners, the whole wall just comes on down. Now, if you find a brick wall, it's not going to work out so well. But if I find a brick wall, I'm making mad sacks of cash because bricks are worth good money. It's a lot of extra work to chisel them away and remove them and put them onto pallets, but I find it rather rewarding to do so. Gotta give the Gators a sporting chance to get in. Gators aren't so scary. I went airboating in Florida. Saw plenty of gators there. We curious creatures. So yeah, taking this down so just the whole wall comes coming on down. Takes me back though, reminds me of long ago when we were doing a big house extension. My family are largely made of tradesmen, so, you know, big family get together to essentially build a house. It was kind of cool to see all the inner workings. And then I break the mold. Jake, what's your trade? Entertainment. I just give people relief. So we're starting to make a bit of a mess. You can see the massive piles of clutter we have out there because I think the whole ceiling isn't holding up so well anymore now that I've taken out... You know, what exactly is meant to be load-bearing about this? How does the ceiling even stay up in the first place? Do we have any American builders watching right now? It seems unlikely, but please explain. Anyway, let's grab this stuff, shall we? I can feel the strain on the performance. And despite capping the frame rate in this game, it is making my my computer scream in pain. So yeah, we packaged their whole house neatly into these bags, and every bag is worth $25 dues. And given the contract is worth what, 1,200, below $2,000. Extra, you know, get 10 bags of this for another 250. That's good, and it's free, right? It's just sitting there to be taken. The only flip side is I need to transport it back, and those bags are bulky. But it feels good. I get a good feeling from doing this. You know, cleaning up all this clutter. I quite like cleaning in real life, though, so maybe it's just going full circle here. Oh, that's right. Andy took the power of nepotism to become a tradesman. I bet he still misses neat life, though, right? All those days where he could just play Battle Brothers as long as he wanted. I know he misses it, because I would miss it. God, I miss the days where I could just play video games all day. Well, all good things must come to an end someday. And too much of a good thing is wonderful. friend told me that recently, can't get it out of my head. He said someone else came up with it, but who cares? He's the one I heard it from. So in a way, what we're doing here is wasteful. I could be taking the walls and the planks here. And the planks do stack really well in the vehicle. I just don't think it's worth it because this is faster. Let's do flip side. Let's say I wanted to do that here. We got to wedge off the wall. This wall's coming with me. Set the wall aside so we can put it in the van. And this wall is worth $17 dues. And now that that is down, we destroy the insert stuff. I forget the name of it. And then cut off these. Take them with me. Take these ones before they fall and break as well. And I should have taken off the other side of the wall before it crumbled into dust. But huzzah, we got ourselves a stack of planks. But yeah, I don't see the point in that. Waste of time doing that on every wall compared to just hammering it down. Getting quite a lot of recycling going though. Yeah, insulation. When we were insulating the walls in our house, and this is way back when, we used some pink stuff, pink glass fiber stuff. I remember it being so itchy because my uncle said, "Oh, don't touch that; it's very itchy." So of course, I rubbed it all over my arms to see just how itchy, and the answer is very itchy. All right, this house is almost gone already. How many days did they give us to do this? They gave us 5 days to do this, and we're going to be done in 1. I'm just too good. Recurring problem in my life. So I think I've already showed you about 90% of the game, but I'm going to keep playing this for probably the rest of the day. So I might as well do it on stream. Gives me a break from the stress of Factorio. The reason it's itchy is because the microfibers enter your skin and break off getting stuck. Oh well, that's what the white blood cells are for, I think. I'm not very good at biology. You also get a rating. So this game has a weird rating system. If you do bad jobs, you get low ratings, and it gives you your average rating, and you can only get jobs based on your average rating. But if you just instantly do good and then don't do bad, you'll always have max rating. I had to cancel 2 contracts because I took them accidentally, and that gave me a couple of 1-star ratings, but otherwise I think I'm sitting on like 4.8. Because there's very little reason you can't get everything done properly. So the systems are there, but this game, I think, it just needs like 6 months of polishing. And then you've got something truly special. So in a sense, it does feel a bit like I'm playing in early access. But it ain't EA, so I can do what I want. Without feeling like too much of a hypocrite. Can you get crushed though? I haven't found any way to take damage in this game. You can just immediately start smashing the electrical circuits of a building, and they'll go spark, but they won't hurt you. So no, I'm pretty sure this is just Bangladeshi Superman, but he's got a green card now. Alright, rest of this house is coming down. Hey! It's quite satisfying. This does a lot that I wish Ship Simulator had done, so in a sense it's a great follow-up. The thing about Ship Simulator was it wasn't very dynamic. You had set points to destroy and it would cause set amounts of destruction. Even the explosives charges that you put down would just destroy the item that it goes and touches. But here, you just start hammering where you think you should be hammering. Feels good. Feels real good. Not very simulation-y now, is it? Well, there has to be extraction at some point. If it was this easy to take down a house, I'd be out of the heavy equipment business. So you can get a wrecking ball. I've never done so because it costs $600 to hire one. And given that in about an hour I just tore this whole thing down with my almost bare hands, I struggle to see why I would do that. Well, I'll have to give it a try at some point, but there's a lot of things to spend money on in this game, and I do appreciate the money just doesn't fall onto your lap in this. It's going to be 2 trips to pick up all these bags, though. Right, we're not quite done. One of the more frustrating things is that you'll notice the house is only 82% destroyed. You also need to destroy the floors. You do not destroy the foundation, though. So, they hate the floor tiles, but they love the foundations here. But that's alright, we just get these slammed until we're at 100%, and then we're good to go. Having the ball sounds fun, no? Maybe. Depends how it handles, how it controls. Who knows, maybe we'll get access to it here. It just doesn't seem to always get offered for some reason. I think you only get it on public work jobs, and there are different types of jobs you get. Poor clients, rich clients. And you know, I don't deal with the poors. The difference is massive, by the way. I think poor people pay you 25% of the value of an item. Rich people pay you 90% of the value of an item. So the I think I picked up a $250 premium piece of furniture. Would I rather sell that for 25% of its value or 90% of its value? There are more considerations like the space it takes up in your warehouse, but by and large, don't deal with the poor. You know, we gave them houses, what more do they want? Keep everything cleaned up. To a degree, it doesn't need to be absolutely spick and span, but I certainly want that cleanup bonus of $1,000. There we go, that's considered cleaned up enough. Standards, I guess, are pretty low. Alright. I want a little bit more just so I can have this bag completely filled up. There we go. It's a lot of recycling for today. I could take these logs with me, but like I mentioned before, I really don't care. Let's just fit in what we can in here. I'm taking this toilet. Toilet's a good find. Shove it up at the back there. A bit of space there. Can I shove my windows in at the side? Yeah, this is where the real game is. Tetrising everything into your van. Alright, I reckon we'll just put it in here, as close as I can to that. If I need to put stuff on top of that, I'll do it through the side door. I actually like how the system goes with everything. You know, you save money by packing things as tightly in here. And it is an interesting little problem to have. You know, where's it all going to go? Oh, Crivens, this giant sofa is going to be a problem, isn't it? I guess I'll wedge it right here. Don't worry, nothing shakes about and breaks in here. Once you package something, it's good and safe. I want my doors. Can the doors just lean up against the wall or what? The doors do not fit in well here, not by a long shot. And this thing is not tall enough, or is it? Or is it? Is that going to close? Yes. Okay, very good. The door thief strikes again. They are a little awkward to stack. Gotta make sure the back door can close on them, though. And we've all fantasized about this, right? You know, breaking into somebody's house and stealing their doors. You know, they come back, they find, you know, the family vault is untouched, the jewels are still there, but the doors are all gone. And now, finally, there's a game that lets me live this dream. There we go. Very good. Can I fit you in here? Yes. Are you going to close? Also yes. Trash on trash. Maybe over here is a bit better, although that toilet's trying to get in the way. Night CEO is coming in. Well, welcome. Not sure if this extra pile is going to go on here. Could do with some kind of nudge tool in this game to get things exactly where you want them to be. Otherwise, it's a little awkward. Well, I take that back. It's a lot awkward because that's not going to fit, is it? Oh, just shove it in there. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Can we get another one or two of these in? No, not going to happen, right? Well, maybe. There's room on top of that couch. Yeah, sod it. I'll pick up these in a second van load. Was there 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. 14 should be fine. I'm not going to bother with the planks. Planks are a waste of time. So close up. Let's get back home. Boom. So it takes us 72 minutes to get back here. Costs us 18 liters of fuel. And now we get to store our booty. You can choose the layout of your warehouse, so I suppose if I stopped and gave it some thought, I would lay it out so that I can optimally bring things back. But different things weigh different amounts, and you get different amounts of things, so it's difficult to know what exactly you want to do. Stuff that you steal, well, steal, you know, stuff that you reclaim, just keep here. The big items, like the chairs, washing machines, water heaters, and that. I've got a place for my glass windows over here. Oh, I'm out of space for windows. Could be a problem then. And here I thought that wasn't a problem. Let me consider that in a moment. We're not going to be able to get all the recycling bags back in one go, but I will probably go and get them tonight. Recycling goes over here. I think that gets collected every day. Like I said, $25 dues a pop, so it's well worth grabbing. I wish the side door opened on that side, not this. The boxes of crap just go in here. They're miscellaneous boxes that people occasionally request. Just add this to my toilet collection. Never know when you gotta go. And then these big items. Oh, now this is a bit of a problem. I'm out of space for big items. I will store them temporarily in my small truck over here. Hopefully the game doesn't clean those up. But yeah, I need to get rid of these big value items. I might even sell to the poor people to just clean up space for premium items. Yeah, poor people can have low value crap. The rich stuff go to the rich. More boxes of crap. Piggy banks and old shoes and someone's guitar and all that. Let's have them actually ordered numerically. So yeah, the boxes have a value depending on what you put in them, and I think that's the only thing the game tracks or cares about. Nobody requests funny looking hippopotamus statue off of you. They just say, give me box number 27 and I'll pay you $120 for it. There we go. Let's just temporarily keep that in there. And what we can do is we can go to warehouse edit mode. And we can say, we are out of space to store glass. A new thing to hold glass costs $300. No, you know what? I'm not willing to pay that just to store a bit more glass. We should check if anybody wants to buy some glass off of us. Common medium window. They want just one of them. Well, I might as well make money off of it if it's going to... Oh, it's going to a poor person. I don't want to sell to poor people. Common person wants a pendant light. All right, fine. You have to pay for the courier, but the courier is very cheap. And most things just fit inside a small one anyway. Pendant light. One of these things is a pendant light. Here we go. So this pendant light is worth $40. I'm selling it for $23 and I'm paying $5 for the courier. All in all, not great, but I just need the space made. So send them on their way. You also get good reviews for selling things, so keeping up your rating may be important. So I got 2 cancellations, which hurt my rating. Yeah, if only you wanted more things off of me, I'd happily sell for $747. Premium doors, but they want 5 of them. Poor people. Medium window, but they want a dresser that I don't have. Main thing is I just want to clear up space, but not a lot of options for that. Alright, I'll get rid of one of my medium windows to this poor person. This is barely making me any money at all. In fact, considering the time it takes, it's absolutely not worth it, but one medium window, here you go. Who orders a single second-hand window like that? Alright, there you go, complete the order. This is my window, right? Poors are not allowed to see inside their houses. That's what the window tax is for, yeah, a very real thing. Okay, I need to get back and pick up the recycling on the double because my workday is going to end soon. Our guy refuses to work later than 6 p.m. So I got 20 minutes to stack the stuff in the van. Let's go. I do not want to be coming back out here. Also, did I mention the lighting in this game? What is this lighting? Freaking Unreal Engine. Come on, work smarter and faster. And these will stack on top of each other. Remember, it's $25 a bag. I kind of miss performance-based working. It feels good to, you know, get extra for extra work. Then again, I don't really miss working, so there's flip sides to it all. It is so unbelievably dark in this game. Almost got the lot, which is just as well, because I'm almost out of space. Alright, good enough. Get it closed up, and let's go back home. Don't you get extra for extra work right now? I guess. Alright, end that day, because it's way after work time. So we had to pay for the fuel. We get the money for recycling the waste, although I didn't put it all out there, because it wasn't going to work any harder. And we have to pay rent on the warehouse. I love it when the games actually have active costs. It doesn't have to be a lot, but I just like that feeling that I'm staying on top of things, and there's that slight pressure there, even if the pressure's just a token thing. It's like Kamidori, having to pay upkeep for your shop. You know, it's almost impossible to lose to debt in that game, but it can happen, and it's fun scenes to go and check out. So we made some money on the stuff that we sold. Much like EU3, you only get your money at the end of the turn. So you can sell 10,000 dollar dues worth of stuff. You don't get that money until the end of the day. Let's bring all of our junk out here. And yeah, I can still only carry these one at a time. You know, I can't even put it onto a dolly and push it around. Some things stack nicely, like these bricks. You pick up these bricks one by one, but you do put them onto those pallets, and then moving the pallets around is a better way to move them around. But yeah, bags like this, it's one by one. And because the side door is on that side, not this side, I even have to walk around the back of this. But knowing that each of these is worth $25 makes me only too happy to move them around. I mean, if I got paid $25 every time I moved one of these things around, I'd be doing it all day, every day. I wouldn't even give myself time to enjoy the money. I'd just be laughing all the way at the bank. I'm surprised a forklift isn't... Yeah, I guess I'm not forklift certified. Also, the shadows remain there. Yeah, game could do with some time in the oven. Alright, let's go and check on the orders. Although, let's also finish this order. So yes, we destroyed the house, we destroyed or took all of the items, we cleaned everything up, and they're willing to pay us $1,700 for the privilege. Here we go, here's the rent, the demolisher thing, but I just pay $600 for it. No need. Send the invoice, they're very happy. And before I see to these other jobs, poor, and poor. I'd rather deal with the commoner than the poor. Right, this is more like it. A quality client wants to pay me almost $300 for that armchair. I would only say no if a rich person wanted to give me that kind of money. No, alright, quality client living up to their name. Accept the order. I hope this small thing can handle the armchair. Because if it won't, I have to send it away and then bring a bigger courier. Okay, there we go. Easy $291 dues. And again, I just took that from the house. This to me feels so good. Being a scavenger. A ceiling fan, a door, and a washing machine for about $200 dues. I mean, commoners, I don't want to. Commoners don't pay enough. Quality, yes. Wealthy, even better. Rare, also good. But commoners and poors, I don't want to deal with them. That said, these pendant lights are just taking up space, so I do not mind just getting rid of them. I need space for actual quality items on my warehouse here because there's limited space. In the past, I wasn't picky about what I took because money was money, but now I'm picky. Can you do multiple deliveries from one courier? I don't think so. Yeah, all gates are occupied, so I guess you can only bring in one of these at a time. You can only have one active per gate that you have, and I haven't upgraded my warehouse, so we can't do that. Anyway, the pendant is in there. Alright, complete the order. Don't send them the accidental stuff. They give you a bad review. Give them exactly what they order. Yeah, it'd be nice to get rid of these planks, but they want a door and some chairs. I could probably just sell them the planks, but then I get a poor review. Yeah, it's a good way to get rid of some of my plentiful planks, though. You know what? Let's do it. Let's see what a bad review looks like. I hope this is going to work. What size are those planks? 270 centimeters. Let's actually lay that out and check. That's a 270 centimeter plank. You think that'll fit inside the courier? I think it will. The small courier, that is. It'd be nice to actually work through some of my planks and see what happens when you only partially fulfill an order. Plus, it's for a commoner. I don't care what the commoners think. Oh no, it's a quality client. Well, still, who cares? They want 14 of those 270 planks. There's some of them. And apparently pick these up. How many at a time? Quite a few at a time. Here, I have 2 more. Quite like the way things stack in your place here, but you do have to put them into the right places, and you decide what place holds what. So, bit of busy work, but it's good feeling busy work. So let's only partially fulfill their order. Well, I have 1 chair. Yeah, I can give them one of my crappy chairs. These are okay chairs. Here's a crappy chair. Yep. Takes me right back to selling garbage on Gumtree, I think it was. Alright, so let's very partially fulfill their order. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, send that. What happened? I don't think it's sent. You clicked don't send. Oh. So they switched the color on this one. Okay, send the invoice. Acceptable 3 stars. Good enough for me, as long as they're paying me. Alright, anybody else willing to pay me? I'd like to give you my beams, but I don't have office chairs for you. I guess that's a way to make money at expense of reputation. But you need a good reputation to get the wealthy clients, and I love my wealthy clients. It's just a problem when they keep asking for weird things. I mean, this guy, I could give them my rare chairs, but I don't have quality kitchen things. Take a small window. It's not even worth the bother of doing that, is it? No, so the orders here are not particularly great. But these get re-rolled every day as far as I can tell. Like, this would be so close if I had a common TV. They just seem to ask for completely random things. The game doesn't care what you have, and the numbers are weird. Sometimes they want 10 premium televisions. You're never going to have that. Anyway, we have money now, right? Wait, I have... Oh, right, we don't make the money until tomorrow. I could have $2,000. If we had loads of money, we could upgrade our tools, get faster jobs done with screwdrivering, sawing. I don't know why you'd ever do saw stuff. Same with the crowbar. Chisel. Yeah, the tools are a bit of a waste, actually. The screwdrivers save you a bit of time, but hey-ho. I'm more interested in upgrading the warehouse and getting a bigger truck. Yeah, I need $1,000 dues for another slot for my vehicle, and... I don't think it lets me preview the trucks, but I think it's $5,000 for the next level of truck, maybe 10. Can look over what we have, but let's do some more jobs, shall we? Oh, but it's just poor people. I don't want to deal with poor people. Ah, this is a job that doesn't require me to level their entire home. Alright, in that case I'll do it. They want me to take or destroy various items, and they want me to move things around. Well, that's nice and simple. Let's get it done. Not everything has to be complete destruction. Given the job, I don't need the big truck, do I? Take or destroy bed, office chair, desk, wardrobe, coffee table. Yeah, so actually we're going to take the smaller truck to save on fuel. It's 120 kilometers away. Exactly, that's why I'm taking the lighter truck that isn't so heavy on fuel. And if there's not enough space for everything, I can just destroy it. I could also steal their stuff, but oh my god, the lighting. Oh, this freaking game. Alright, let's get the job done. Very trusting of them to just let me in. So they want me to take or destroy the coffee table. Good coffee table, definitely taking that. But I don't want to destroy your stuff, so let's just neatly put it down over here. Oh, easy now, easy. Because yeah, if things drop down, they will just go smashy, and then you'll get penalized. Bad review, and you lose money. It's a lose, lose, lose. Nice table. It's another big bulky item for my warehouse that could do with fewer big bulky items. All right, regular IKEA whiz here. I've done my fair share of IKEA assemblies when I moved into my... Oh, crap. I forgot I left all this stuff inside here. Oh, well. Good thing I'm quite confident we don't need much space at all. Right, in the bedroom, you want me to take or destroy various items. Is this your bedroom? Ugh, what a horrible looking place. Oh, you wouldn't miss this laptop, would you? Gee, this is what tradesmen have to go through every day. People are just putting down these tempters. This bed is kind of crap, so goodbye bed. Let's keep everything cleaned up, shall we? Now you see no bed. Take or destroy the office chair. This office chair is coming with me, right? Yeah, it's worth 120. It's rare value, and I don't even need to take it apart. So this is coming with me. What else was there? Take or destroy the wardrobe. I don't see a wardrobe. Ah, wait, a walk-in wardrobe place? Ooh, guitar. It's worth money. All right, let's make sure we don't accidentally destroy all your stuff in here. Don't want to be penalized. Am I giant or are these homes tiny? Yeah, please destroy my stuff, but I'm gonna annoyingly leave my stuff inside it. Got to be a bit careful not to accidentally strike through and destroy the wall. I will definitely be penalized for crushing their walls. Take or destroy the desk. The desk isn't really worth enough money to justify being brought back. So I'm not going to bother. I'll just destroy it, even though it's rare. Maybe if it were premium, but rare, nah. Not happening. Let's just check and make sure we're not destroying anything inside of there. That looks fine. Smashy, smashy. Job well done. And we'll leave this trash for them to clean up. There's a bonus job, though. They want me to move the corner sofa to the bedroom. Yeah, sure. Although, lo and behold, I've gone and left all this trash on the floor. Can we just, like, shove it in here? No siree. Okay, well, I'll need to move this stuff around a bit then. I've never actually had a job that requires me to move things around. It's always been take or destroy. Easy money, though. Holy smokes, this is easy money. Imagine doing this for a living. And you know, oh god, those laptops would just go missing in a heartbeat. Well, you know, collateral damage happens when moving things around with these kinds of jobs, so I took the liberty of removing that as well. In fact, I should charge you for the privilege. Oops. There was something on there. Might have fallen and broken, but it didn't. Trying to see if I can very awkwardly place this in a way that nobody would like. But nah. There you go. That is technically what they asked for. Everything is done except for taking the office chair, and there's no need to even clean up, so job well done. This is coming with me, though. Shove it in the back of my truck. And a double check. Everything done. Free money. Just how I like my sofas placed. Alright, there we go. Move this further back. I want a free slot there in case there's something really heavy that's difficult to move over for that. Have I got some space for these goods yet? Did we already check the orders? I think we did for today. We'll just pass the day then. Fortunately, it's not a huge cost to just pass a day. It's $50 of rent on the warehouse. And it's the fuel costs. But if you don't do anything, don't move around, that's not a big deal. So there's nothing else to concern. Oh, right, I need to complete the contract. Job well done. Yes, full satisfaction. That's how I do my jobs. And we can even leave early. Quitting before 12 o'clock. Now, granted, sometimes I don't start my day before 12, but good job there. We got all that recycling out. The gasoline cost was fairly low. And we get all the money from the jobs. We are rich. Also, we get this advertisement over here for Ship Graveyard Simulator 2. Is that actually now available? Also, is that or is that not AI generated? Look at that right hand on the guy. Game doesn't claim to have any AI stuff, but I mean... Is that how pulls look? I wonder. Weird that I haven't checked it out yet, Roseanne. Wait a second. Number 2. Yeah, number 2 is what I have been playing, isn't it? Yeah, I'm losing it, clearly. Right, what kind of orders do we have available? I got plenty of money. I could actually increase the size of the warehouse, and I'm tempted to do that. Let's do some jobs first, though. A quality client is willing to pay quality money for my premium doors and my rare toilet. Tempting, but I always like to deal with the rich first. Ah, so close, but he wants a lot of things I don't have. He wants a lot of common doors. No, that would be so good, but no. Yeah, some nice quality of life would be highlighting if you have the goods already for these things, rather than click through every single one of them. Yeah, you want 2 premium chairs. I don't really deal in 2 premium chairs. I get rid of that common washing machine. It's just taking up space right now. Can you accept the order and then go find the goods? Yes, but then you're locked into that order. You can't take other ones unless you have docking space for it. And then you have to ask yourself, do you even want to do that? I prefer just to take orders and fulfill them immediately. Because there's no guarantee you're going to find what you want, and not all jobs will let you take everything. It might be stealing, and if it's stealing, you'll pretty much always make a loss on it. There we go. Off that goes. And I believe you wanted my rare toilet, my premium doors. Well, that's why I took the doors. Toilet and doors, I think we can jam that into a small one. Whenever possible, I like to save money by using a small courier. That said, doors are furnicity. Sorry, the screws and the hinges do not come included here. There we go. What an order. It's like working in B&Q. Alright, complete that order. Is there anything else I want to do for these people? Do I want to give this rare client the stuff? They're willing to pay me reasonably. Get rid of a ceiling fan. Yeah, I'll take that order. Wait, can I fit all that into a small one? Office chair, washing machine, ceiling fan. That could get a little tight. Let's go and get ourselves a medium capacity truck for that. So they want the rare washing machine. Yeah, the washing machine already is pretty big. You can move faster, by the way, if you dump something on the ground and then run around and pick it back up. Just like in real life. Coffee table, ceiling fan. I'm glad to get rid of the ceiling fan. It's only worth 80. And I should not be picking up items that aren't worth much. And an office chair. Hey, we just picked this office chair up, didn't we? Winner freaking winner. That's one cheap washing machine, is it? The rare washing machine has a value of $100. But it looks a fairly basic model. I think you can pick that up for $100. White goods are really cheap these days. Although if you want the fancy crap, then you're digging your own grave, because the fancy crap breaks down faster. Alright, there we go. Full satisfaction. Since I can't fully satisfy any of my other clients... we don't even think about poor people around here. Let's consider what we want to do. I wouldn't mind upgrading my warehouse. Let's see what an upgrade does for me. Are you sure you want to buy it? No, but we'll do it anyway. Did it actually improve? Oh, good lord, we got a lot more space. That is troublesome in a way. Because that's just further that I have to go to get to my items. I do like the degree to which you can manipulate this, though. Bricks are heavy as hell, and these things are annoying to bring back and forth over here, so I still want these close by to where I set up. But I want a lot of spaces to put down these items, and I could probably do with another rack for these things. Unfortunately, all that costs a lot of money, so we're going to fill up the warehouse at a later date. But let's have more windows over here. Now, planks tend to come in large quantities. I'm going to shove my planks over here. I'll leave a bit of space to walk between them. Yeah, I like the granularity to which you can modify your warehouse. Can I fit between here? Yes! I'm not too muscular to fit. Wow, so much space. You should really be able to get a forklift to move things around in bulk, though, because moving it around by hand is so Neanderthalic. Still looking to make a little bit more space here, huh? Unless I just want to get rid of something here that's really, really crap. Do I have anything here that's common and practically worthless? Yeah, a ceiling light. Just get that out of my face. Don't want to be caught with my pants down again like I did moving things around. Alright, groovy. Let's do a job. Yeah, at least give us a cart. Give us a dolly. Dolly that upgrades into forklift. That upgrades into hover dolly or something. Contracts. There are no poor people here, which is good. Can't stand poors. This is an interesting one. It doesn't want me to demolish everything, but it wants me to demolish some walls. I don't know if those walls are made of bricks or not. If they are, that's a good opportunity to steal some bricks. We just moved here from Poland. We had to buy a house on short notice. The owner did not inform us about the condition of the bedroom. Please help us with the renovation by demolishing the entire house. Yeah, very cool. Tornado destroyed our house. Demolish it. I live close to nature in a cramped house. Demolish it. Okay, I think I'll go with this one. Take or destroy a quality wash basin. Take or destroy a common shower. Take or destroy a good bookshelf. Alright, this I'm happy enough with. The payment is good as well. And I won't need my big truck, I reckon. Although, that depends on what the walls are made of. It's a very long way away, though. Oh, I don't have the permit for this. Buggery. You need to complete a certain amount of jobs and then pay for permits to do advanced jobs. I don't particularly want to do any of these for relatively poor people. So what we do is we just call it a day, you know? Sometimes you get to work, it's 8:30, and you go, naff with these people, I'm phoning it in. Although I'm going to double check it if any of those buildings look like they were made of bricks. That looks like it could be made of bricks. I'm not chancing it though. I'm just going to call it a day. 8:30, we worked hard, let's go to bed. The dolly upgrades into a forklift, but only after you beat the Forklift Simulator tie-in. Ah, but I've already beaten Forklift Simulator. I am pre-certified. We want one of your small windows. Ooh, I want one of your ceiling fans. Now that's better. Take that order into a small capacity vehicle, and that already pays for my day's maintenance even if I do nothing else. Ceiling fan. You know, they got the images here, but it's white on white. How am I meant to see what these things are? Like, there are great systems here. This game just needs some polish. Complete that order, get it out there. I'm definitely calling you again, but what will you be calling me? Wealthy one wants this common ceiling light. To be honest, I want that ceiling light gone, so sure. Anything to keep the wealthy people happy. And every positive review just makes it easier to get more good jobs down the line. Small, spherical ceiling light, yeah. Great. Like, I want this crap gone. It's taking up valuable space on my shelves. So even though I only make $13 on selling that, it's still a good review. Can the same logic be applied to selling this small window? I guess. I don't know why I even take windows. The returns on them are pretty terrible. Even the large windows are only worth $80, and remember, you only make a fraction of that depending on how wealthy your client is. I guess you could take it if you have a very rich client with a laundry list of things that they want that includes a window, and then you can go and just take one, but by and large, I just don't see the value in windows. They're fun to take, though. It does feel fun wrenching the windows off the walls, and that inherent motivation, the intrinsic motivation, is great. Right, a lot of poor people, and you know my feelings about poor people, so let's ignore all of this and check the contracts. Breaking the bathroom, destroy a bunch of things, move things around, destroy some marked walls, retrieve a bunch of things. They don't pay very well, but they're pretty close. Oh, of course they don't, they're poor. Right, sod the poor. Let's speak to someone that isn't poor. Something ends, something begins. I broke up with my boyfriend, and it doesn't look like I want to find a new one too soon. I need help with rearranging my house. You want me to demolish your whole house, take or destroy everything inside it, and retrieve your dresser. I only have one day to do it, and you're a million miles away, so we better get to work. I accept. Oh, also, I'm sure some people are curious how the wrecking ball works, so let's go and rent this. For a lark. Do you want to order a wrecking ball service? Sure. That's going to completely hone in on my profits, but we'll do it anyway. In addition, I was told to take or destroy everything, so let's grab, let's say 4 boxes. Isn't it a million miles away? I need to get this done more or less in one shot. I'll take 1 pallet for bricks, in case they have bricks. I think you just have to know ahead of time what the buildings are made of. The game is not kind enough to inform you about that. And if there are no bricks, I'll probably just leave the thing behind. It only costs $5 to spawn one of these. But it's a cool system. I like that you have to pay to get the materials to go and grab things to make you money. You know, it effectively doesn't change anything in your budget because it's only $5, right? And if you were balancing the game and you didn't want it to be punitive, you just up the amount that it makes for you. But the feeling is good. I love that entrepreneurial feeling. Having to hustle. Alright, let's go. Yeah, those bins are designed to stack. Why you have to pick them up one at a time is surely an oversight, right? Why can't I pick up several of them and put them down like planks? I'd be surprised if they didn't try to do that, but maybe there was some kind of, I don't know, model clashing? Z-fighting? God knows. Alright, here's our home. We have limited time. We have to retrieve some items, demolish the house, and take and destroy everything. The door is only rare. I'm only interested in premium... Oh, ding, 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 laptop. Okay. Right, before we start worrying about that, you want the dresser. Where is the dresser? Ooh, nice fridge. Anything in the fridge? Absolute maniac mansion fridge. I'm having that. Where's the dresser? Anyone spy a dresser here? I spy some lights that aren't on. That's the dresser. Empty, 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 and wow. Game just threw me around a bit there. Quite a few items to pick up, but let's grab this first and foremost. Remember, we have only one day to get this done, and our guy refuses to work past 6 p.m., so I think we have about 7 hours to do this. Huh, feels like Aquilo all over again. I did really bad in today's Factorio. I feel quite bad about that. Especially after Gleba went so well and I just kept mucking up the things to bring to Aquilo. Oh well. Just adds to the pressure, right? As if we haven't had enough pressure on that run. I'll be glad to put it behind me. Win or lose, although I'd far rather win. If you fail the challenge, will you attempt it again in the future? Absolutely not. It's too exhausting. But surely it'll be a catalyst for other people to run it and show me how it's done. I've said this several times, but the reason I'm doing this run is because I want to watch the run be done. But I can't find anyone who's done it. It's not a complex setup, right? Play on Death World, get every achievement in one run. And I can't even find videos of anybody doing it. It'd be nice to be seen by a competent Factorio player, someone who can actually get a bot network up and running within the first few hours. But nope, not a sausage has stepped up to do it. Alright, here we go. And there you go. Wait, you want 2 dressers? There's another one somewhere. Well, that ain't a dresser. That's an RTV shelf. What is an RTV shelf? Oh, this is a dresser. It looks a little different, but I think that's just coloring. Take your weird Mumbai head. Alright, let's get dismantling then. All I know about Factorio is that it has iron, copper, and sprockets. I believe they're called gears. It's also a brilliant game. Best in genre. Beats the snot out of Satisfactory. Now I enjoyed my time with Satisfactory, but Satisfactory is no Factorio. You can probably tell that because I never returned to play more Satisfactory after beating it, and I'm like a moth to the flame with Factorio. Although I suspect that once I'm done with this 100% run, I will not be touching Factorio until there's a reason to come back. And maybe there won't be, because I feel like Woob are working on something new now. I'm actually a bit surprised that Space Age hasn't had further updates. I feel like it could do with some. For example, they should probably add the planets in the background. They should probably add anything to the shattered planet, like it existing for one. Just stuff to make the post-game not feel such a disappointment would be nice. Oh, please, some accessibility options. My wrist is already crying out at me for the amount of shaking around you have to do to wedge these. Because, yeah, you just slam the mouse up and down or back and forth to wedge these things out. And it's one of the worst controls for anything I can think to have played on a PC game. Well, that's why we say one of. Immediately I thought about that god-awful Star Wars game. The one from, I think, 1993. Come on, come on. There we go! Was there anything else that they wanted here? No, nothing else. The payment doesn't even cover the cost of this crane, so I'm absolutely going to need to get my money's worth of items here. So. Since I have a limited amount of... I'm that television. Television doesn't sell for a lot, but at least it's not something that needs dismantled. Yeah, I'm going to need to go and take some extra around here. Premium office chair, now that's coming with me. I might actually be stuck for space on bringing things home. Regular old sofa, now you see it, now you don't see it. Pretty crappy guitar, but if it's worth 10 or more, I take it, is my general approach. $20 router, good lord, only 20. This is a not bad shelf, but not good enough. Picture's coming with me. I think the larger the picture, the more the value. Ding, 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 laptop value. That's a decent enough armchair. I'll see if I can fit this in my truck. Not going to bother with this table, because I don't want to bother disassembling it. Ditto for that display cabinet. Pendant light isn't worth enough. I just go by raw value now. Nice rare bed, not nice enough. Same with the desk. Display cabinet. I'm more interested in what's in the display cabinet. Give me those books. Yum, 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 yum. Bring the box over here. I thirst for knowledge. The knowledge of how much people will pay for these books. I don't want your mug. I don't want your other books. I don't want your little toy plane. It's not a toy, it's a figurine. It's a toy. Warhammer nerds have never been able to recover. Alright, anything else worth my time to steal? Of course there is. Come on. Limitless honor among thieves. Got a light around here? Oh, right, this fridge, right? The fridge has stuff, and I want the fridge itself. Yoink. Yoink. There's a problem with wanting the fridge. It's huge. Well, it's also worth 120, and it doesn't need dismantling. It is huge, though. And that is taking up a ton of space that other things could fit in. Or fill in for, rather. Even so, and even so, the fact that we're on a timer budget, I am going to put you right here. And then I can put additional things on top of it. Nice and tight. Good enough. I mean, I can slam the telly underneath it. It probably makes more sense to slam the telly on top of it. Given the truffle shuffle we're likely to do here in terms of space. That's not going to close, is it? Oh, wow! Okay, it will close on that. Excellent. You're not allowed to drive off unless you can close your door. Probably be an OSHA violation otherwise. And don't worry, things can't get smashed about inside your van when you're driving back and forth, because it's not me driving. Frying pan. Could double as a drying pan. That is one nice stove. You know what? You're coming with me. Fairly dense. You gonna fit in here? Be very, very nice if you did. Oh, baby, that's good. Warriors and wreckers don't read books. Well, we might need to read the manual on how to operate this... Wait, what is this door even? I would be happier not knowing. I could take a single plate worth $1. No, thank you. Shower's a bit common. Washing machine's a bit common. Toilets surprisingly sell all right, and they're quite small, so yeah, the toilet can come with me. Things that don't need to be packaged up tend to be quite space efficient, so I have no problem even taking a common toilet with me. Provided it'll fit here. Come on, I know you want to. There we go. Happy days. Very curious what these walls are made of, by the way. Come on, bricks. Yeah, bricks. All right, good. Not going to bother with a wall, but I'm going to take a pallet of bricks. We'll take that once we've grabbed the loose items, though. By the way, that is one nice kitchen sink. In fact, the kitchen in general is made of nice things. I might take it with me. Is that cake? No, it's a stack of plates. Don't think I'll bother taking a stack of plates with me. Very interesting, though. Yeah, I might just take this kitchen with me. Wow, it's such a valuable kitchen. That's a lot of space in my truck, but I'm happy to do it. I guess I'll just skimp on the recycling. How much is that helmet worth? Good money is what it's worth. More paintings, more weird looking paintings. Alright, just fill it up then. And that's it for taking boxes of stuff. That means I've got 2 superfluous boxes, but as I mentioned before, the boxes don't really have much value. So I have no problem just leaving them on site. I think it's $5 dues each. Whereas a stack of bricks. How much do you think a stack of bricks is worth? Yeah. My main regret is that I only brought one thing to carry bricks back with. There's nothing else I need to do here, right? It's just demolish everything. Very good. This I find quite satisfying. You take the bricks down, and you store them on your pallet. You can carry 5 bricks at a time. 3 loads of 5 for 15 to stack 1 load of these. And it goes 3 high. Brick pallet itself is worth 5. Here's some big chunky bricks, by the way. Takes me back. Last time I checked, a stack of bricks was worth a stack of bricks. Kazstan with the delightful insights here. $100 dues. And I can stack these in a dedicated brick stack place back home. I think size for size, you know, it's not great for bringing back home. But it feels good. And if it feels good, it must be good. Maybe I can stack the bricks on top of the fridge. Yep, that makes logical sense. And does that mean I can stack you over here? I think that's probably asking a bit too much, but let's ask it anyway. There we go. You willing to close? Beautiful. Yeah, now we got the space for any extra tat that we bring. Oh, the chairs, of course. All right, we grabbed the chairs and we've essentially got everything. I guess it's sod the recycling in this case. Maybe I can slam a few bits of recycling here and there. Yeah, we still got a bit of space left. Also, what's with the lighting? Where's the light source? Ah. The mind boggles. Any doors worth my time? Rare door. Oh, that's right. I wanted the kitchen, didn't I? Yeah, okay. Let's take the kitchen. The knife block isn't worth diddly. I don't really care about your plates. Alright, it's all worth really good money, but this thing is worth the most. So before we bring in the wrecking ball, let's have this. I'll fit as much of this into my van as I can. But yeah, this is a good value kitchen, and I want it. And it's always nice when you play games from other countries, because it's a nice reflection of their culture. For example, here you get the wonderful Polish tradition of stealing everything that isn't nailed down when you go and do some work in somebody's home. What a beautiful people. Wait, this needs to be unscrewed as well. Well, let's get our fingers right between the counters. I think the higher level the item, the more bits and bobs you have to deal with to completely unscrew them. Common things is usually just a couple of screws to unscrew and then you're done. Not the case here, though. If it was really accurate, you could take the electrical circuits and the wires out of the walls. And those copper cables, they sell for real money. That looks like it'll close. It doesn't close. Alright, we'll just stack them upsy-daisy then. Good. If the doors don't close, you're not driving away with it, so make sure those doors close. Looking forward to upgrading my screwdriver so this takes even less time. And this is upgraded to level 3. The screwdriver takes a very long time to operate on low levels. And it's one of the more mind-numbing things to do, although it's still better than chiseling off the wedges. I read about stolen copper wires, almost monthly in local news, yeah. I mean, they're just there. You can just take them. Who's going to stop you? How do you upgrade tools? You have to pay for it, and the upgrades get quite expensive. The margins on jobs are pretty tight, so that's why we wrench down everything we can find. For example, we're making a loss on this job because we rented the destruction machine there. What's it called? Wrecking crane, wrecking ball, Wreck-It Ralph, some kind of wrecking going on. Okay, that fits in. So yeah. 584 is our payment, but we paid 600 to rent that thing, so we're taking all these goods that we can to make back our losses, and then some. Now, obviously, I could have just not rented the wrecking ball, and then I would be up 600, and that's normally what I do, but I want to show this game off a bit. Sometimes it's very fun to have a game that you enjoy and just show it off. And I myself am more than a little curious how that thing works. One of my glorious privileges as a streamer. Forcing people to sit down and care about some games I care about. So Draken makes its appearance every now and then. I think. I guess they have to have this dismantling in for the game to actually have some gameplay, but it is one of the more tedious aspects. Which is why I'm very happy to grab loose items like the desk chair, the laptop. I'm significantly less happy wrenching down someone's entire kitchen, but I will concede that money will be good. Wait, what have I not got out of this thing? Okay, there we go. There's still one little errant piece there that I needed to grab. This looks appealing to me, says Baron. Isn't that a problem, Baron? You've got like 100 games that are appealing to you. And yet limited time. I think I can still steal some more. We got plenty of time, and this is some high quality stuff. My main issue is I do not have space in the warehouse for all of this. But damn, it is good quality stuff. Alright, well, it's coming with me. As long as I have space in my truck, I suppose. Ninjin is there relating to Baron, but also saying, I've sunk 100 hours into Civ 5 at the expense of all other games. And I don't understand why. I mean, I already don't like Civ, and that's an understatement. I can't stand Civilization. With the one exception of Civilization Revolutions, that was their one good game. And you're there, like, constantly. If you're not playing Mahjong, which is another mental sickness in itself, you're playing this game and you never sound bloody happy about it. Right, there we go. One more thing packaged up. How much was this worth? 150. To be honest, not that great. Maybe I should limit myself to about... If it's premium, maybe only grab it if it's worth 200 or more. Maybe 250. Gotta stay fussy. Good, it all fits. There's wall, but I'm not gonna bother with the wall. Not right now, at least. 150, 200, 200, 250 for the corner piece. Alright, last piece that's coming with me. And then we're actually going to start wrecking this place. We won't have the time or the space to deal with all the recycling, which makes me feel a bit sad. But we're still going to clean up because I think there's a cleanup bonus. Although maybe there's not. I think it's too far for me to go to and from to pick up all the recycling. Quite expensive on the fuel as well, but we will double check. It could potentially be worth our time. How's this thing even come off? Gotta worm my way inside this. What is that? Okay, well, it's gone now, whatever it was. The side bit doesn't come off unless those bits get taken care of, but it's pretty difficult for me to get inside here. Alright, Houdini. Polish Houdini's on the case. Jake failing to realize that I spend most of my days being upset as a scientist. Yeah, that is one thing we differ heavily on. If something's going to upset me, I just ignore it. Ain't got time for being sad. Why be sadiator when I can be gladiator? God, remind me never to take one of these things apart again. It is absolute hen's teeth getting this stuff out. But you know, corner cupboards always are a pain in the arse. Alright, come on, where's that last little bit? Yeah. Can't quite reach it, huh? But it's holding this in place. And the maneuvering of the camera here is very, very awkward. I'm sure that's immediately apparent, but it is. There you are. Get off! Ah, still more, but at least now I can take it from another angle. That was by an order of magnitude the most awkward piece of furniture I've ever had to take apart in this game. Alright, there we go. I think that's about as much as I'm willing to take in the truck, so now we start leveling this place. Yep, let's get to work, shall we? Let's see what this thing's all about. So, never actually used this. Aim forward. Aim up. Aim down. Move left. Move right. Alright, and let's use it. Ha 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 ha! Not bad. Not bad. Oh, wow. I haven't felt this mighty in a long time. Well, we're clearing through the objective very quickly, at least. How much of that debris is going to be smashing into other people's houses? Yeah, say goodbye to reclaiming any bricks, though. Is it $600 worth of Mighty? Not by a long shot. Gets the job done, though. Alright, thank you kindly. Whew, what a mess. Right, better clean this up. Who knows, given the time, we might be able to come back and get the recycling. The bigger question is whether or not that's worth our money. We do have a cleanup bonus of $500, so we absolutely need to clean up this crap. Not least of all, I can feel the game chugging at rendering all this garbage. Not just rendering it, it has to do some kind of physics simulation for it too, because it falls through each other. Well, I think it's trying to simulate something. Might notice I missed a bit of the wall here. I figured I'd leave something for me to hammer down. There's a load-bearing pillar. Oh, go on. I paid for the bloody thing. Let's use it. Okay, there we go. Say your prayers. Yeah, neighbors are surely delighted at what's happening here. Right, we get this all cleaned up. We got our cleanup bonus, and I think... Did anyone check how long it took us to drive here? I think we might be able to clear up all this stuff, but we need to make sure that we can get here and back again without timing out, because we're on a time budget here. Even took out the floor. There's just the foundation left. That's nice. The way you grab garbage is just like how you grab it in Ship Simulator. Just area of effect around you of grabbing stuff. And to be honest, that's the best way I can think to do it. How else would you make it not frustrating? But you get upgrades to your gloves that let you grab more and faster in that game. The upgrades feel a bit lackluster in this game, I must say. Jake, is this one as good as Ship Simulator 2? I think it's better. Ship Simulator 2 feels a little bit too on the rails. You know, you have to hammer at certain points, you have to use tools in certain points for things to progress. In this one, just start hammering down wherever you want and things are going to fall. Has its shortfall though, it can get really tedious taking apart the furniture, although you don't have to. The economy is better in this game, but on the other hand, you don't have such good investments as you do in Ship Simulator, or Ship Graveyard Simulator. They're quite different experiences, but I would say this one is better. God, I got a lot of crap to clean up here. But that cleanup bonus is worth a lot of money, so we're absolutely taking it. And notably, I don't have a lot of money. I got 165 in the bank because I spent $3 grand upgrading my warehouse. I wonder if it does something weird, like it throws debris over to the neighbors and it's too far away for you to pick up, so you don't get the cleanup bonus. That would be awful. The wrecking ball leaves no survivors, by the way. No sticks, no walls, no bricks. Lucky chair survived. Yeah, this cleanup job becomes a lot more difficult when using the wrecking ball. It is satisfying though, but paying 600 in-game dollary dues for it's probably a bit much. How good a job of your cleanup do you have to do? I'd have to get about 90-95% of the trash. But I am concerned that some of the trash is like out of bounds and stopping me from fulfilling this. It doesn't look like it is, but I'm surprised I haven't hit the target yet. So certainly more cleaning up than I normally do for any task. But I suppose also the trash got spread around. When you take a hammer, the roof kind of falls down and implodes, leaving everything in one place. Whereas here, it's all over the place. So yeah, I'm not entirely convinced I'll be using the wrecking ball much again in the future. It'll give me a da-ding and announce that I have fulfilled the end of the bargain for cleanup. But is it going to do that at some point? This is already a lot cleaner than I ever have any of my normal jobs. Definitely fewer bags since last cleanup. Yeah, I think it generates a bit less waste, but it's just a case of clearing. There we go. Thank goodness for that. Right, so no guarantee we're going to come back and get the rest of this garbage. There's certainly no space for it in here. Oh, missed a spot. Half the house is embedded in our vehicle. Right, let's take it back and judge the time, see if we can come back and get the recycling boxes as well, and also check if it's worth our time to do so. 16:05, it took 2 hours to get back. There is no way then. We're just going to finish the job. Complete the contract, get paid. Wait, that's more than I thought I was getting offered for this. It said it was only going to give me... Well, if they want to pay me extra, that's great, but I didn't think I was getting paid that much. Yoink. Ah, of course, we got told this and it didn't include the cleanup bounty. Okay, so the cleanup bounty actually definitely paid for things rather nicely. They're going to call us again. We don't want to deal with poor people. It's such a funny thing. These people are poors, ergo you don't want to work with them. And that's the game telling me this, not me. Although I am agreeing with the game. I've got too much stuff here. Some of this is going to have to wait in the vehicle, but there's not really space. I guess I'll move this over to my smaller vehicle for now then. Hopefully we'll get some orders to move out some of this stuff. And hopefully this time I don't forget that I'm leaving the stuff in here. But they're good goods. I mean, those kitchen pieces are worth decent dosh. They better be. They were hell and high water to tear apart. But that is exactly why you don't want to deal with poor people. Poor people will give you 25% of the value. Whereas rich people will give you, I believe, 90% of the value. So I prefer just to deal with wealthy and rare clientele. Sometimes I'll take quality. I'll only use commoners to clear out garbage, and the poor, they'll just get the pickings. But hey, nice seat. And another nice seat. And these are great because you have to dismantle them, you have to compete for space over there. It's very cheap to get space for individual items. Even crappy toilets worth taking. Still worth $100 dues. There we go, the bricks. I love my piles of bricks. I think you can stack 9 or 12 loads of bricks there. They're worth 100 each. Honestly, those numbers aren't that impressive. But the thing is, if you get a delivery that demands a lot of bricks, you can actually move this entire brick thing right here. So you just go bip, 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 and stack up the courier with bricks, and then make that fat stack of cash. Plus, I do really like the feeling of scraping down somebody's home, liquidating it for its value like that. Couple boxes of crap. Long ago, I used to buy stuff from an online service called Boffer, because they had something that amused me so much. They sold a thing called a bag of crap. Boffer's bag of crap. And it was just a bag of excess warehouse items, so you had no idea what you were getting, and they didn't know either. Well, I assume they didn't know. And I thought it was very fun, because you just paid, I think, 50 pence, and they'd send you stuff. Because all that mattered to them was getting rid of the items. So I'd get a box of just garbage, and then I'd find some amusing use for it, or pawn it off to friends. But it was certainly enjoyable. Right, I think we already checked the orders for today. It would have been the first thing I checked, right? Yeah, seems about right. And I believe in calling it a day early, so let's put an end to the day. That store was selling in real life loot boxes? Yep. The warehouse rent is still the same, even though we expanded it. That's cool. The gasoline cost was pretty high because it was a long journey over there. But there we go. We made a cool grand today. Let's make even more money by selling off the stuff that we got. Not to commoners if we can avoid it. Ah, quality individual. Wants a ceiling fan, the chair, and 2 stoves, and they're willing to pay good money for it. Let's put a note on that one. There are no wealthy clients. Ah, man. This rare client would pay good money for my planks. But I wouldn't... Oh, they'd pay good money for my bricks, but I wouldn't be able to give them everything. This would give me a poor review. Am I willing to take a poor review? In exchange for selling them all of these planks at a good rate? I wish I had more bricks to sell them. I wish I could just hold on to this. Because that's really good money for brick pallets. They're worth 100, so if he's willing to pay me $6.30 for 7, that's a good rate for me. Finally, somebody wants to buy my beams. We want 6 bleeding armchairs. The numbers here are just bonkers. I don't know what kind of balancing goes into them. Nothing good, I'll give you that much. Anyway, I absolutely want to sell to this guy. Ceiling fan, stove, office chair. I think we can do that in a small courier. No sense paying too much. So I've never done courier work like this, but it does appeal in a big way. The idea of just getting your wee van, play music, and drive around delivering crap to even crappier people. Never been in a position for that to be much of an option. I actually rather enjoyed the spaces in life I've been at. But one of my friend's brothers, that's what he did. He just he bought or rented a van, and he just did odd jobs driving around, and he said it's just the best thing he's done for himself. Because he sets his own hours, he takes his own job, he goes where he wants to go, and he likes driving, and he just puts on music that he wants to listen to, and he says it's just amazing. Surely we have some people in chat who do or have done courier work like that. Can you confirm or deny? Or is there parts of it you hate? The people, the jobs, the driving? I'm not a big fan of driving, so I guess that wouldn't appeal too much, but the other aspects sound pretty good. Love the idea of selling those beams, but I don't want a bad review. You're giving me a bad review. Poor people don't even deserve my help, even after an earthquake. But the end of entertainment, I'd take this, but I'd need a permit. And the penalty for passing one day is just $50, so sod it, I'll just pass a day. Get some better jobs. I was a walker, but yes, it's very relaxing. A walker? Could you please explain further, Sora? A walker? I've been a picker before. Did that for a year or two to earn my student dollars. Car problems are the worst. It's not just an annoyance, but it's your livelihood. Yeah, but if you take care of your vehicle, that's far less of a problem. I always traveled around with stuff to deal with my car. And I always felt so smug when my contemporaries had car problems. And it's like, oh, well, who's got the jumper cables? Who's got the backup battery? Who travels around with a jerry can full of fuel, even though it's dangerous to do? Old Jakey does. Got phoned and kicked out of bed one time because my mate, he was driving around a whole bunch of other friends around Aberdeen. And he's like, yeah, I ran out of fuel on Market Street. What? Yeah, can you come over and bring me some fuel? He paid for that one. A lot of my friends learn, never ask me for anything because I'll make you pay. I had a friend come over for a workout session. This was after we'd gotten a home gym at our place. He comes over and we have our session, and I was like, oh, well, it was great spending time with you, Nathaniel. Off you go then. And it's pouring down with rain. And it was like an hour walk away from him, and he just looks at me and says, what, you're not going to give me a lift home? I was like, on you go then. I'll pay. Oh, I can still hear him saying, I'll pay. Yes, so I took his money and drove him home. I'm a great friend, by the way. Right, so destroy, destroy, destroy. Tempting as it is, I'm more interested in the orders right now, especially wealthy clientele. Sadly, they want loads of bricks, and wait a second, I could do this. That is a good contract to get if I can get a load of bricks. Let's do some other work and earmark this one and go find somewhere with a lot of bricks. If we can do so. Yeah, this one knows office chairs. Good luck having 5 premium office chairs at the ready, by the way. So Sora elaborates on the walker. I don't drive, but I do delivery. Hong Kong is small. It's a packed city. They use people like us who do it on foot. Oh yeah, I saw plenty of that in the Philippines as well. Just people running around with those, excuse me, big boxes on their back. Kojima saw all this coming with Death Stranding, or so I'm told. Not seeing particularly good jobs. Here we go. Somebody wants my bag of crap, and they'll pay me $191 dues for it. And this is why I really value picking up garbage from people's home, because this is just free money. It's just stuff I stole from somebody's home, and somebody's paying me the guts of $200 for it. And it's small, so it can be done in the cheapest courier as well. I wish you could do even cheaper couriers, like get somebody on a bicycle to move the stuff around for me. I thought you were going to charge him for use of your home gym. Oh god, no, I charged my housemates for that. Not for the use, but had 3 friends, and we were all kind of similar builds, and we decided, let's go and get a home gym together. I was the only person who used it, except for the Irishman. He took the punching bag, and he used a fair bit of that. So yeah, essentially everybody else just bought me a gym, so thank you. I also kept it after we split and went our separate ways. Very, very tempted to get this, but I need some walls and some bricks. So the question is, where can I find some walls and bricks? This house looks like it's definitely made of bricks, but I don't have the permit to do so. And to get the permit, I have to do another 7 jobs. I really, really can't tell at a glance which of these houses are made of bricks. Surely this one has bricks. Surely. 5 days to do it with a daily tax, although it's not that far away. You think that one's made of bricks? Cramped house, so far away as well. I guess you learn which of these are made of bricks or not. Also, there are very few types of houses. I wish they added more. The selection is paltry here. They're both public contracts, so at least I'm not dealing with poor people. Well, when in doubt, take the one that's much, much closer. Let's see if we can grab some bricks out of here. Which means I want to put a pin in this one. I want that full brick pallet. And I need to grab a few walls as well, that's worth noting. So I'm actually going to write this down because I'm not convinced the game actually remembers this for you. So I need 150 centimeter wall times 8. And I need bricks times 2. Let's be optimistic and bring 2 brick pallets with us. Walls and brick pallets are pretty big, so I will get you a large thing here. Alright, there we go. We're pinning ourselves to this order. We better fulfill it. Did I take the other order? Yeah, taking the one that's closer. 5 days to do it, but it better be made of bricks. I want to check that. How much of the house am I allowed to loot? All of it, you say? Well, let's take these mysteriously unstackable boxes and get as angry as an otter. Let's also grab these, which again, they don't bleeding stack. You gotta pick them up one at a time like some kind of Neanderthal. If there ends up being more bricks, I might just fill up on these and grab as many bricks as possible. But for now, I want to fulfill the order for the wealthy clientele. Because as we know, better people have more money. Why, if they were worse people, they wouldn't have all that money. Similar line of logic, I can go and take more of these on the return trip. But for now, let's take 5. Alright, it's 8:20. Let's get to work. I worked with a strange guy years ago who used to carpool with one of the girls at the office. It ended when she got pregnant, and he told her he'd have to charge extra for wear and tear. Well, that does sound rather weird, but there are a lot of weird people in this world, so rather than judge, I will just nod and move on. Save the judging for dread. Yeah, think how much improved this could be if I could just pick up, 5 stacks of these at once. You can do it with planks. Even different lengths of planks, but you can't do it with these. How bizarre. This house better be made of bricks, by the way. Ooh, nice door. Oh, I'm having that door. Right, brick wall, brick wall. Oh no, that doesn't look like it's made of brick. Are you made of bricks? Damn it! Why Americans not use bricks? Damn it! I want bricks. I need these walls, by the way. 150 walls. Well, no wonder your house is blown up here. It's made of styrofoam. Yeah, jeez. Okay, well, first things first, let's take anything of value. Holy value. Free television. Free premium-sized television. Well, this job's already worth it. Just pack it in already. I guess this is why the rating system exists. Because otherwise you would just take jobs, steal the television, and say job done without actually doing them. Right, well, I gotta say that television was a pretty great find. Did the lights work? I mean, probably not, but... probably not. Stove. My stove. Yeah. What else are we taking? Ignore the small items that go into boxes for now. That's a good desk. Really good desk. I wonder about the doors. Do I really need more doors? I'll take the washing machine, though. Hell yes. Severely disappointed by the lack of bricks in this house. I need to... Just give me some information about what the houses are made of. Please, game. Please. That is definitely the wrong way around. Take this one with a flatter top and put it at the bottom, and then you go on top. Except you don't want to. But I'll make you. Yeah, there we go. Done and done right. Premium, surely you mean freemium. Oh, I think the fridge is a bit too big to justify bringing back, even though it is worth 120. These are some premium chairs, actually. Premium chairs are quite nice. Relatively small, great value, and lots of people tend to want them, especially in large amounts. This house is amazing. There's just so much value. And I just feel so good in games like this, just seeing all the value and taking it. Payday was able to tap into this just right, and it's kind of a shame that more games don't. Another TV! Sure, it's smaller, but that just means it takes up less space in my truck. Can I even squeeze it right in here? Right by the door? Oh, yes. I played Thief Simulator, and it was okay, but I never came back to it, so it can't have been that good. What else you got? Lots of small items that I'll be taking. I'm not going to bother with the bed. Like, if I need to disassemble it, it needs to be worth some damn good money. Desk is worth 250, and that is good money. What's this sofa like? It's huge and it does not contain the value. Oh, the RTB shelf as well. You know what, considering I don't have space for more of this junk, I'm not going to bother unscrewing it. I'll just destroy it. Besides, unscrewing takes time, and since there are no bricks here, I need to get this job done lickety-split. Right. If it's valuable, it's coming with me. Deer figure, coming with me. Kettle, mine. Anything in the fridge? Pot. Meat box. Utensils. Good enough. Toaster, good enough. Bag, it's mine. I think I saw some shoes around here. Designer shoes? Designer sneakers? Designer high heels? Somebody want to sniff those? Let's take them. Take the artwork as well. I'm not sure you're allowed to just take all of people's stuff when doing a job like this. Cooking pot, good enough. One new bag of crap. Someone's going to pay me for this. Maybe the original owners? Oh, life is good. Now we remember that Scavenger is one of my favorite ways to play Evorion. Only beaten by pure piracy to the point of liquidating entire sectors. It's good to be bad. Dungeon Keeper taught me well. Anything in the cubbies? There's something here. A knife block. Yeah, I think there's a fancy knife block. And that sure as sugar isn't the fancy one. Books and moai heads. The piggy banks have value. It's only $10 dues, but you know, stick 10 $10 due things into one box and suddenly someone's paying you 100 quid for that box. And the books have value as well. I think it's like $10 for a stack of books. 15 for these books. Only 8 for those. The moai head, no thank you. Lights just ain't worth it, but paintings certainly are. And take the suitcase, including all of your stuff. Small paintings just don't have the value. Guitar. God, the polls, man, they just know what I want. I spent all of yesterday playing this game. EU5, nope. Star Sector, nope. Just this. Chairs are a little awkward given their shape and things, but sure, I'll take it. Always a demand for office chairs. Whoa, premium toilet with built-in bidet. Hell to the yes, I'm having that. I know it's also relatively flat. I can stack other things on top of it. Those brick containers I brought were certainly a little too hopeful. Let's just make absolutely sure I can't find some bricks under here. Nope, no bricks. Yeah, I hate this house. I love it, but I hate this house. Wrong size. Should keep in mind that I need to grab a certain number of walls. And I might take this opportunity to grab the walls and then find the bricks elsewhere. I think we have a few days to fulfill that order at least. How are you liking EU5? I am quite certain I can't talk about it. So I won't. Why risk? Why risk it? Hold on, I can wrench this off? I thought I saw bits to remove that, but no, I think it was the corner here. Lights are never worth any real money, so don't bother with that. Anything else worth picking up for random bits? I can fill another box of not quite garbage, I'm sure. Can we like, clear some of the stuff out of the way? Cramping my style. Books, good. Stay in school. Fan, it's mine. More books, very good. Even more books. For some reason, this hippopotamus made in Poland is worth $40. I far prefer elephants myself. Piggy bank, it's a tenner right there. I think it's only 8 for the model plane, but I just want to fill up the box while we're at it. Anything else with anything resembling value? I'll steal your house plants. There we go. They would just die if you had them anyway. It makes such a difference having a sizable truck, by the way. It's painful trying to move things in a small one. Right, since there's no... since there are no bricks to be had, I'm gonna take these back. And I guess the rest I'll fill up with chairs. The question is this a multi-trip job? Because if this is all I'm taking, we could have this one and done like so. Don't want to fit here? Yeah, of course you do. Come on. Oh, fine. No need to take these back, they're only worth a $5. Alright, do we just get tearing this place apart or what? I guess so. Our job is here to demolish the house. I'll go check around the back, by the way. Should always go around the back of the house. It's the first thing the tutorial teaches you and the first thing I tend to forget. Just some debris. Alright, well, let's get hammering then. If I can get this place destroyed today, that gives me another chance to go somewhere else and find their Find their bricks. And we don't need to save anything. It was just destroy the house. They usually ask you to do something like retrieve this item I like, but no, here it's just sod it, break it all. The door was nice, wasn't it? The door was really nice. Let's consider that I might be able to save this door if we do a return journey. Air conditioner would be a real high value item. Unfortunately, you don't take the air conditioner units, you can only destroy them. Oh, I can take this with me. Beautiful. The door thief strikes again. Yeah, these couches are a waste of time. Easily destroyed with good hammering. Now, let's just destroy everything on the inside, and then we're going to take down the walls and bring the whole house down. Sorry, door. You weren't a good enough door. Because we have a specific counter for destroying the items. 63%. Hammer the bed until it's 66%. All this crap's got to go. Yeah, I'm sure those books weren't of any real value. Oh, right, the shower. Bye, shower. So this is what happens when Bengalese Superman starts using his powers for evil instead of good. What if there's stuff upstairs? Can we even see that? Nah, looks like they cleared out the loft. What is this anyway? It's a rare coffee table. I don't want to dismantle it, so... There we go. What is even here that I haven't destroyed yet? There's not some extra room I've missed, is there? Or some stuff out front? God knows. Anyway, let's start tearing this place down. Upstairs? What stair? Yeah, American houses, right? Poor stairs, the abuse they have to put up with. Maybe windows count as items. Yes, they do. Okay, sweet. I suppose they are things that I can just take out with me. So I decided against taking the walls. The way I see it, every house has walls, but not every house has bricks, so let's keep ourselves open to the idea of doing this in one shot. That does mean I won't take back the recycling, but we'll keep it on the timer. There's still 7 hours left in the workday, and yet sadly the electrical devices, we cannot take those with. So yeah, the weak point is just go for the edges on these beams and the others will fall apart. You take down the whole wall that way, in a jiffy. In a way, it's kind of faster than using the wrecking ball. Oh yeah, people were asking about the air conditioner. Sadly, it's just trash. Years ago, would have sold my own mother for an air conditioning unit. And the amount I got fleeced for it. It might as well have been. That was during that big old heat wave we had in Europe some years ago. But now here I am in Hungary and I've grown very much accustomed to the heat. And even on days which are just insufferably warm, I actually have a proper air conditioning unit now. And I gotta say it's pretty good. Push button, set temperature of home. Although my landlord probably wonders why I don't turn on my heating even when it's freezing. That hammer would break on my house, says Bruno. Oh. Got some flexing going on. All right, tell us about your house. Tell us how Bengalese Superman with a green card wouldn't be able to tear it apart. I'm curious if we have any tradesmen around here who can offer some insight into how they go around stealing the copper cables out of the walls of houses they deal with. Preferably Polish ones to keep it on track with the theming here. This is a game made in Poland after all. Work with what you know. I'd love to get the recycling back. It's just free money, but you don't always have the time for free. I have 40 centimeters of solid brick walls. We're actually trying to find brick walls here. I've got an order with a wealthy client who wants 4 pallets of bricks. I only have 2. So I'm looking for somebody that has a brick home so that I can tear apart their walls and sell their bricks on to the wealthy brick-owning elite. But yeah, good. Build with brick. Build with brick, so you only need to build once. I'd feel remarkably uncomfortable living in a house that was just made of styrofoam like this. My landlord's actually the guy that built the house that I'm living in right now here in Hungary. I've no interest in owning property here in Hungary, so renting does me just fine. I used to have very low opinions on renting and very high opinions on ownership, and I gotta say, owning a property really turned me 180 on that one. Owning a property is a pain in the arse. I mean, yeah, it has a lot of upsides, like owning your own home, but where I am in life right now, that's not a priority. There we go. Bring it all down, shove it into recycling bags, and then keep telling ourselves that we'll be able to come back for all the recycling. $25 a bag, though. Come on. Who pays for that? I thought you had to pay to get this stuff removed, but I guess someone somewhere can filter and remove all this. I guess that's why you bring in all the Bengalis. Maybe deign to give them a set of gloves each and tell them to sort this scrap. And then all of a sudden, hey, you've got new building material. Except we call it as new. How did the sale of your flat turn out in the end? It wasn't that much of a pain because I just went to an estate agent and told them, you deal with it. I mean, they were going to be collecting commission anyway, so I might as well make them work for it. It's like, I just told them, I'm not setting foot in Sweden again. I need you to sell this property for me, which they did. Credit to them, they got it sold. I did need to sign something, but fortunately I was able to do there's some kind of legal term where you give somebody the ability to sign legal documents on your behalf, so I contacted one of my old drinking buddies and he took care of it. But yeah, I got it sold, and I'm grateful to not be with it. I'm not very grateful that I made a loss on it. You know, how do you make a loss on property? Riddle me that. I think I just chose the perfect time to not be selling, but for me it was a priority just to get it off my hands. I did not want anything like that. I didn't want any ties to Sweden anymore, basically. So, big credit to this game, it does not have a lot of floating geometry, which is something we had a problem with in Ship Simulator, or Ship Dismantling Simulator. Ship Graveyard Sim, that's it, I keep forgetting the name. And that's probably the first actual floating bit of house that I've seen so far. And I've been playing this game all of yesterday and now half of today. To take my mind off my absolutely terrible run that I did in Factorio today, where I almost threw the entire run. Now I just need to make up for about 3 hours of lost time. Which is the time I made back by doing Gleba quickly and efficiently. Alright, take care of the floors and this place is probably done. Oh yeah, other than my passport, of course, right? British passport, worth its weight in gold. Not British, European. The British passport, yeah, maybe I can wedge it underneath my chair to stop it rocking due to uneven length of the legs. Maybe use it in the bathroom if I run out of toilet paper. I hear they're bringing in some kind of British digital ID stuff. Not sure I want any part in that. Hopefully they'll leave me alone. And Britain always leaves me alone unless I owe them taxes. Or unless they think I owe them taxes. That was my most recent kerfuffle with Britain. They thought I was a wealthy business. I'd been flagged by His Majesty's Revenue and Customs as a wealthy business that owed them money. I had to call them up and say, I'm not wealthy, and I'm not a business, and I certainly don't owe you money. And that wasn't good enough for them. I needed to tell them that in writing for some reason. Man, Jesus, every passing day, I like Britain less and less. Never liked it much to begin with. Alright. Let's get this stuff cleaned up and get out of here. What's my cleaning fee, anyway? There is no bonus job. I don't even need to clean up. But cleaning up is still worth it because of the bags of recycling, which are worth 25 each. There are a lot of sticks here that survived the wallow cost here. So I could consider grabbing sticks and bringing them back. But it's so rare that anybody ever wants lumber, so I'm not going to bother with it. What I think I will do is drive home with this, and if there's still time, I'll come back for these bags. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 times 25. That's $350 worth of recycling. It could be worth our time. We're not harvesting the concrete. No, concrete is sadly not good here. 48 minutes, 12 litres, 80 kilometres. That's well worth going back for the recycling. There we go. Door for my door collection. Premium doors only here. These are good chairs. Yeah, they're really light, fast, easy to move around. The downside, I suppose, is that every item here takes up the same amount of space. So this massive sofa or this expensive fridge takes up the same amount of space as our tiny little chair here. But that's all the more reason not to waste your time with crap chairs. There is an idea that you should have a variety of goods so that you can always fulfill an order. But I'm not sure I believe what I'm saying when I say that. Sounds fallacical? Falsical? Sounds like a fallacy to me. Love having the bags of crap, though. Can't wait for someone to order this bag of crappy Moai heads and white hippos and pay me hundreds upon hundreds of pounds for it. Also, this big TV, what a find. Strap it in there. I think I bought my desk, my first proper desk, from a place just like this. Yeah, because they were full of good and significantly less good goods that they'd clearly taken from closed down offices. For 50 quid, I got the best desk I've ever had. Okay, nothing worth bringing back. Yeah, we're just going back to pick up the recycling then. I want to make absolutely sure I got 3 days. Yeah, I do have 3 days for that order. Good. If they ask for a common door, can you give them a premium one? I don't know, Baron. I suppose you'll have to find out for us, because I don't want to risk my rating going down by giving people what they don't want. Which does remind me of another story that, you know, nobody would ever care about, so I wouldn't tell it in conversation, but you're stuck with me here, so I get to tell you the stories that nobody cares about. I once ordered my Cyclo DS card, which I still use to this day, which was a custom cartridge for the Nintendo DS to run custom firmware on it. Wonderful purchase. This was back in 2008. Storage costs beyond a gigabyte on a single flash drive or SD card were really high back then. Now, you know, it's terabytes until it's high costs. So with that in mind, I ordered the cart, which cost about £30 sterling. And I went for the cheaper SD card, because you get them bundled. But they must have run out or made a mistake, because they gave me their largest one. Something like a 64 or 128 gigabyte micro SD in 2008 or 2009. Whoa, my days. I wasn't just putting games on my DS at that point. There we go. the sticks are here and still available, but I have yet to find a purpose for picking up lumber. It's not worth a lot. Very few people actually ask for it, and if they do, I've already got hundreds of it, so... Yeah, okay, I'll take one stack of it back just for the laughs. I'm sure you reported and returned it immediately. Oh, and I didn't want to bother them. There we go. Safe in the knowledge that I could take more if I wanted to. Let's head on back. So I'm curious if anybody else has had a similar issue where they got something that they didn't order to their benefit. I ordered a manga and I got definitely not the manga I ordered. I got a faux kids book called Go the F to Sleep. This courier is just waiting here all day, by the way. Probably having a smoke and a pancake while I sort out my significant lack of bricks, but I do need those bricks at some point. I don't want to take another job. I guess we're going to close up early today. Always feels good to close up work early. Although it's the opposite for me. If I close up my stream early, it's usually not a good sign. It's a sign that I'm playing something I don't want to keep playing. Whereas if I'm still streaming 16 hours later, probably something's really got its teeth in me, and I'm having a blast. And I'm certainly having a blast with this game. Fun fact, we've got twice as many people watching this as we did with Factorio. And there's a lot more brain work going on in Factorio, even though it might not seem like it. Once I complained that my CPU wasn't delivered after a week, they sent me a new one, but the old one eventually showed up. Ah, that's a good old trick. It's often not even worth them to do tracking on that because it's a lot of overhead, time waste, and time is money, especially for them. So it's quicker just to send a second one. And if they send you two, well, who cares? It's nary a scratch on their overheads. They probably reported the first one missing and got their money back anyway. Sadly, that's not how it worked when I wanted my GPU, my 3080 or 3070, I think it was. I was waiting 3 months for that thing. And they sure as sugar didn't send me a second one. That was during the great GPU shortage of 2000 and whatever year it was. Alright. Emptied and cleaned. Gonna make good money in the recycling, good money on the job, and good money on the orders that come in. So let's clean this one up. 100%. It's only 630 for the contract, which is not amazing. And I don't know if I had to pay anything for the taxes. There's meant to be a daily tax on doing public works jobs. Here we go. But I'm a miracle worker. Question is, do I have anything to fill any orders now? I actually got an achievement there. 15 contracts complete. I got double on my order when ordering a 150 kilogram weight set. The delivery driver was immensely annoyed. Yeah, I had that as well. Mine just ditched and ran when I ordered my gym. I dropped it off ages away from my home as well, so the first workout was just picking it all up and dragging it home. This is a decent order, but it's for poor people, and I don't deal with poor people. If poor people had more money, I'd be happy to deal with them, but these ones don't. Oh, I should have taken a rare door so I could get this one done. Anyway, there's no orders that seem worth my time, and I'm not giving a poor person my premium television. Yeah, so they want to give me $92 for this television, which has a base value of $250. That's why I don't work with poor people. Anyway, we're going to pass a day and hope that we got a job that involves bricks. There we go. So the recycling covers my expenses and then some. And then we get paid for the contract order and the job that we did. It's a good day to be us. Now, do any of these look like they have bricks? I don't have the permit for this one. I don't know why it shows you jobs you can't actually get through permit. Does that look like there's bricks back there? That definitely looks like it's made of bricks, and the whole job is to demolish the thing, so I think we'll take this. It's a public contract as well, so I'm not dealing with poor people. There's also waste of space. No guarantee there's bricks, so we're definitely taking the bricks job. 90 kilometers away, 3 days to do it. A daily tax of 50, although only $215 payment. That's pathetic. I guess public works, huh? Maybe public works never need a good reputation. None of these need a good reputation. Well, waste of space does. Anyway, ruined by tornado because I need those bricks. And let's go and see if there are orders for us to be doing. Wonder if you get a lower score if you take time to do it. Oh, that's a nice one. But remember, we can't take any until we fill this one up. Right, so I need those walls and bricks, and then we'll see if we can do other ones of these. Because, yeah, all my gates are apparently occupied. Why are they occupied? I thought I had space for another driver. I feel like I should have a gate here. Do I put in gates? No. Would like more space for my junk over here, though. In fact, I'm going to need that. I'm all but certain. So let's have our windays over here. And then let's make another one of you. What are those? I think that's these, right? Do you want to buy a furniture rack? I do. And let's put you right over here. You know, as far away from the delivery order as possible, but that's fine. I need a space to ditch my wares. I'm also running out of space for these things. Fortunately, these only cost $10 dues a pallet. I'm sure that would go there. Huh. Probably doesn't like that it has a large item on top of it. Oh well. I'm slightly bothered by not having a passageway between these, so I'm actually going to move these up. I love being able to edit it like this. It's actually a good system. Yeah, now I can pop in and grab these and pop out over to the delivery truck. Which is still waiting there, by the way. The guy's probably miffed. Either that or he's paid by the hour. 6 more jobs until we can permit up. Alright, let's go. I want bricks, and I'm all but certain this place has bricks. And my job is to take everything, right? Destroy everything, take or destroy everything. Brilliant. So, let's stack up on at least 4 of these boxes. It might be a double trip. Yeah, I find myself finding 5 is a bit too much. Let's maybe just take 3. Oh, it's also worth keeping in mind I'm running out of space for my boxes of crap. I only have 1 space left. Alright, 3 is my limit then. I can always leave them inside the vehicle if there's not enough space. And my dream is that I end up coming back with untold brick-related riches. I want to fill this up with bricks. So that means it's going to be a multiple job, and that means that I can bring more of these when I'm on my way back. We'll take 3 for now. Alright, very good. Let's also empty this. I don't trust the game to keep these things around. I feel like object permanence might bug out at some point. Not that it has ever happened to me, but you know when you play a janky game and you really don't trust it to do something like not crash when saving or anything like that. Severe lack of trust leads me to do this. Sorry, Poland. Those boxes should stack into each other when empty. Yeah, please tell the developers that. I'm sure they're well aware. What the heck is this? Radioactive pallet. Oh well, not my problem. Let's get moving. We got the boxes. Let's empty and clean. Imagine if this game actually had driving. Yes, bricks! Bricks! Happy days. Alright, groovy. I mean, we were fairly certain there were going to be bricks, but what if there weren't bricks? How long did it take us to drive here? It should have popped up, but I absolutely missed it. Oh boy, stuff to steal. I love stealing stuff. It's just... you get something, you don't pay the resources for it. It's just yours. It's not a very good thing, but it's good enough, and it's quite small. Small is good. Right, a common sofa ain't worth my time. A router's certainly worth my time. Common. Nice kettle. I'll bring in some box to grab some of this stuff. That is a fancy premium wardrobe. Worth $375 dues. And that is a useless Moai head. Toilets might seem kind of crappy and common, but they are small, easy to take, easy to fit. And there's always a demand for a crapper, so this is coming with me. God, it even sounds like there's a Geiger counter going off. Maybe I wasn't too wrong about the radioactive pallet. I'm never taking this, right? Yeah, get out of my face, table. done and done right. But you're coming with me. It's quite a job unscrewing one of these things. There's a lot to take away, even from, especially from the premium items. But for $375 dues, that's more than this contract pays, by the way. A router that's been in the elements after a tornado. What a steal. Well, I guess that's why it only has a value of about $10 dues. So I want to put my finger in the wind for chat. So I've been talking about how much I enjoy this game and why I spent an entire day playing it and why I'm still playing it now. How many people around actually see the appeal or even want to play it themselves? Because I can imagine for a lot of people this is just like, what is the appeal? Why do what is essentially just a job? Fishlips sees it, and Pandy absolutely sees it, apparently. Good to know I'm around some like-minded people. I'm playing Parcel Simulator right now. I might try this later. Oh, I saw Parcel Simulator. Is it any good? See, the problem with the simulator games is that Steam is absolutely saturated with really, really low-budget, crappy sim games that just don't get it. Now, I wouldn't be doing all this crap if there wasn't a payoff for it. I love making the money. I love looting. I love the fact that I'm building up my company with what I'm getting here. For example, if Truck Simulator was just driving the truck, I wouldn't play it at all. But it's driving it and making the margin so that I can build up my fleet of trucks and have people working for me. That's the appeal for me. That's why I don't play, for example, Train Simulator. Train Simulator is driving a train, and it's boring as all sin for it. Now, if I was actually somehow managing my flotilla of trains, then I might put up with the driving of the trains more often. There we go, all nicely flat packaged. And apparently this thing is heavy, it's taking me time to walk around with it. Yeah, number go up is quite the drug. Now, was there anything else we wanted to pack up, or are we going to destroy everything else? What the hell is this lighting? Corner sofa's barely worth any money. That's a rare chair. But I'm not interested in non-premium chairs. Common stove, rare fridge. The fridge is a bit too big. Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point where I can afford to be fussy about these things. That's a nice set of knives, though. That's going to go into a box of crap. Anything else here worth my time? Rare chair. This is garbage. This is a cleanup job for me to do. It's okay, it's all recycling, and that's money as well. But one of the main reasons I'm here for bricks, and of course the walls. We must not forget the walls. Mostly because that's something I would absolutely forget about. I want to get this job done. Right, so the walls were 150 centimeters and I need 8 of them. There's not a lot of surviving walls here. Let's see if we can grab some regardless. 150 centimeter wall. Yes! These are going to be a little awkward for my truck. They're probably going to be a lot awkward for my truck. Can I just lay them against the wall then? I will try. Well, that's one of them at least. One 180 wall. 150 wall rather. Out of the 8 that I need. Are there any truck upgrades? Yeah, I've got the big truck, but there is a... Well, I've got the biggest van, basically. Beyond the big van, you can get a small truck, and then a really big truck. I'm not sure if anything gets bigger than that. Ah, damn that tornado. How dare it destroy the walls that I need to steal off of this poor person's home. I feel like there's a weird Yankovic song about this. Why does this always happen to me? Oh, that's right. I also need to bring the bricks back. Did I leave enough space for bricks? Probably not. These walls are really, really annoying. Maybe I could do this to stack them. Like, take from the bottom and then they're going to fall on top of each other, and that might give me enough space for the bricks. Might not, though, so we'll see how it works out. How many did I just get, by the way? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I need 8. I'll take this later. I don't know what my wealthy client wants with all these walls and bricks. Maybe to repair their house that's been hit by a tornado. But I'll get it for them regardless. I think bricks... Whoa, what just got destroyed? Must be something on the wall as I prized it off the bricks. Yeah, it might be better to put the bricks first and then this on top, but it's very awkward finding the space for walls on my not quite large enough vehicle. I need a lot of money for a bigger vehicle, though, because I also need to get an extra garage space. I think you always have the default vehicle. That's a question if you can also make space for the bigger and better. This wall looks unmolested. It's coming with me. What's this stuff made of? What's that white foamy stuff that looks like the wall is made out of? Any more? Nah, these walls are dead to rights. Untouched wall. It's meant to be drywall. Okay. Oh, it's my drywall now. This is really savage, right? This poor person had their home torn apart by a hurricane. I'm coming in just taking the freaking walls off. Yeah. I don't know. I don't build houses. Oh, that was a smaller wall, wasn't it? Yeah, that's only 120. I guess you can join in the fun. Wish I could pick up lots of multiple walls and that. Yeah, 150 centimeter walls, please. You're not just taking the stuff, they're paying you for it. Yep. Well, it's not the owners of the house. I think this is a public job, so the council is paying me to do this. Very much not with the consent of the owners, I'm sure. Was it a council job? I can't remember. And I just do the work. I don't question the ethics of it all. Tempted to steal the, whoa. There's one big wall. What happens if I take this whole wall? It's still somehow a 150 centimeter wall. Certainly looked bigger than that. You can't sell the car? I can sell the car. But there are times when you want to use a smaller vehicle because bigger vehicles have higher fuel costs and drive slower. Okay, can I fit my bricks in here as well? I'm not entirely sure that I can, but I can certainly try. Let's get those bricks. You get out of my way. You're not a brick. So I'm guessing this is whatever they have to make the bricks stick together. I watched the whole thing about how brick walls are made, and I forgot everything about it. You're removing the grout. That's it, the grout. Yeah, it's getting in my way as well. I want to preserve this. That's a good item. The rest of this, however, is not. Unlike the sticks from the walls, most bricks die on the demolition. It doesn't take a lot for a brick to fall and be reduced to dust, so that's why I'm keen on very gingerly grabbing these bricks now. Was I going to take this? 50 quid stove? No way. Mighty Bengali man will just turn it into dust. Alright, my hunger for bricks is huge. I probably want to fill up my entire warehouse with bricks based on what we take here. And it looks like there are plenty of bricks to be had. Don't worry about losing those bricks in the corners. You don't get those to begin with. We only care about full bricks. Not going to remove the window just in case there's a load-bearing window. Not yet, at least. Give it time. Alright, there we go. This is prized and ready for annihilation. Normally I'd be focusing more on the small items, but I really want this taken care of. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Yoink, yoink. You take them 5 at a time. Spare not the single brick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love that noise that the bricks make coming down there. Okay, it was a load-bearing window, kind of. Inverted load-bearing. That's 2 layers, 3 layers, and we've got ourselves a full stack of bricks. The pressure was keeping the glass together on that one, I think. Yeah. And there's 1. I only need 2 right now, but we will be filling up on these. Question is, can I actually get these back to base? I might be able to stack another stack of bricks on there. I'll certainly try. Jesus Christ, the strength! It's Bengalese man for you. Yeah, oh man, there's so much money in brick walls. Well, maybe I'm overestimating it. It's a lot of work. You gotta go through the cycle 9 times to make 1 pallet of bricks, and a pallet of bricks is worth $100. However, different people pay different amounts, so it's only worth $100 to a rich client. The thing is, if you meet a brick house, then you could just stack up to the maximum amount of bricks, which is like 9 or 12 pallets. Alright, we could certainly bring back more. I think we better pick up the small items while we're here. Just get that out of the way. Why am I picking up small bits of crap? I need actual things that are worth taking. Although, not a lot of stuff surviving around here. Was that a good quality washing machine? It's a tremendous quality washing machine. That's coming with me. Kind of makes me sick imagining somebody going through my home and pillaging it like this. Which makes it all the more of a sick pleasure doing it myself. Sadly, this isn't going to fit, is it? No. No, 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 no. If I'm going to take anything, it has to be something narrow enough to fit on this. Which we can still do. Toilet, are you up for the task? Toilet is up to the task. Bag of recycling? No. Okay. Well, don't despair. There's still more crap to be had. Another toilet. Oh yeah, and this one's a mid-range toilet. Love toilets. Oh, hang on. I don't think I opened you up to see if there's anything of value in it. $100 wash basin just isn't worth my time, in my opinion. So away it goes. Not a lot to loot in the side building, is there? What's this? Terrible sofa and not very good kitchen cabinet. Now you see them. Now you don't. Poof. Couldn't you put the drywall vertically? Gravity affects it, start dragging it down, and it's very awkward because when you're positioning it, it doesn't go straight up and down for you. Always comes out at a jaunty angle. And maybe there's a better way to handle it. But I do like this 3D Tetris putting things into your truck part of the game feels good. $5 plates don't feel good. This fridge doesn't feel good enough. Pots and pans? Not enough value. As I said, if it's not worth at least $10, it doesn't go in my box of crap. Oh, before I tear you apart, there are some items here. Let's not have them fall over and die. Like this ancient router. 15. They tried to charge me over 100 quid for a router here. T-Mobile. I got my other SIM card, and to be honest, I'm not very happy with it. It doesn't seem that much better than my Yetl one. Still cuts out. I would have hoped I'd find a way to link up both of them so I can have a redundancy line, but I still haven't bothered checking out how best to do that. I think Ninja explained how it could be done. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I'll look into that. And then I didn't look into that. You know how it is. Just so busy on my days off. Playing all these games. Smashing things up. What do you mean sort out problems related to my actual livelihood? Not a lot of small items left here, though. I guess I'll be picking up trash. Or nothing. That is a premium wash basin. But if it's premium and it's only worth 180, it was never worth it to begin with. I think we're pretty much done here in terms of grabbing. Oh, hang on. The hurricane tried to steal the telly and a good washing machine. Good lord. They say money doesn't grow on trees, but it comes guy close. And I can even fit it on my peculiar drywall setup. Are you planning to come back for more bricks? I am emptying and cleaning for all of these bricks. And I'm going to set myself up with a maximum pile of bricks. Because it's a lot of money. And whenever there's a lot of money, it should be my lots of money. Okay, I don't think this is going to fit. Everything's a little bit too awkward here already. That's alright, I can put it down here and come back for it later. They had a lot of washing machines, these people. Don't know about you, I have one. And that is plenty. Yeah, so if you couldn't get enough of the brick removing gate... Oh! Where's my box of crap? Or did I already fill it up completely? Guess I already filled it up. Well, maybe I can make another box of crap. Yeah, it's in there, isn't it? Alright, let's bring this stuff back. Because I want to fill that order and see what other orders are possible. Good donk. Alright, box of crap. Box of crap. Telly. Toilet. An ugly old toilet. There we go. Ugh, you can see the stains on that thing. If you get the lowest tier of office chair, you can see greasy old stains on it. So yeah, drywall, you gotta pick it up one at a time. I mean, I get that they want to act like it's a simulator, so don't have your guy be Superman, but you had your guy be Superman in Ship Graveyard Simulator. And that accentuated the game. He was able to throw 90 kilo boxes of decommissioned ships like they were basketballs. But here, I gotta move these drywalls around one at a time like a Neanderthal. These can't weigh more than 5 kilos each, right? Why won't this go anywhere? Something weird about this. It doesn't want to go into any of these places. Well, it's a damn good thing I brought lots of them. Imagine if I just brought them to order. Uh-oh, this one also doesn't want to go anywhere. That could be a problem. I need 9 of these walls, and if I don't have 9 of these walls, I'm in deep doo-doo. Yeah, doesn't want to go in there. Alright. Curiously, it just says wall instead of wall size, so maybe... Yeah, I guess these are just nothing then. Because these things, when you scan them, it says wall size value. Alright, well... To the recycling with you. I don't think you get money for it, but whatever, away it goes. Leaves me hoping that I still have 9 of these walls then. Oh god, that's another non-wall. Uh-oh, starting to panic now. Well, maybe not panic, but I really wanted this job done. This one has value. Are you sure that other one didn't have value? Yeah, all valueless. Okay, that's a problem. Bricks, please. God, these are heavy. Is it time for the hacks? I think it's time for the hacks. So, heavy-ass bricks. Don't want to drag those over one at a time. So I won't. Glad I gave myself this little walking area through all this. Come on. So this is one of those times where you just get someone else to deal with your problems. Go to the warehouse and have somebody move your stuff over. So all those bricks, let's just slam them here. So Svaralov or whatever, some Polish guy comes over and moves all of these for me, allowing me to just go and go to-do. And job done. Is there enough space to put these on top of each other in here? I'm all but certain this is not how one is meant to stack their bricks, but there we go. What is even the point of the pallet? Right now, we've got to hope that I actually have 9 of these things, but I have a horrible feeling that I don't. Also, this isn't big enough, is it? Maybe. We shall attempt. Oh crap, they need 4 loaded bricks, not 2. Okay, then I definitely need a larger one of these. Alright, how many of these do I have? Quick check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of 9, thank goodness. So this guy that's been waiting here 2 days, I'm going to tell him, sorry friend, I need to switch you out for a bigger one? How big? Given the problems I had in this, I actually go for the $20 box freight. Can't you use the other car and sell it, or is it not your car? This isn't my car. I am commissioning somebody else to come and pick this stuff up. This is a courier. Also, we can see outside. Cool. Still this weird thing. At least it's not radioactive now. Right, bricks. This is also a nice way for the game to tease that someday, if I save up all of my pennies, I could have a truck this size. And this isn't even the biggest truck. Imagine all the recycling bags I could take back here. Unfortunately, there's no side door to open up here. So if you're going to be loading this up with stuff, you got to get it right the first time. And that's not normally how I operate, seeing as how my Factorio went earlier today. Also, picking up a pallet of how many bricks? 3 times 5 times 3, 9 times 5, 45 bricks. We really are Bengalese Superman with a green card. And now these should fall down and fit in a lot easier, right? Does that fit? Like a glove. Although it's still kind of tight. Well, like a glove, I suppose. Oh, wait, couldn't I... Nah, this thing doesn't want to rotate the way I want to rotate it. Oh well, as long as they all fit in, it's all fine. This is a $522 order. And remember, we are able to fill this order entirely on this crappy house, which otherwise pays us not a lot of money. So yeah, this is something I really like about the money. You don't make all the money on the jobs, you make it on the extra stuff. It's like playing Battle Brothers. You know, this job will make you a rich man. I will pay you 90 gold crowns. Okay, great. I can retire. Now you make the money on the loot. Keeps catching on the edge there. That's becoming a problem. Jake, you added a 120 centimeter wall. Ah, crap. Which one? You sure? Well, I don't doubt it, but I sure don't see it. And it's not getting scanned here. Oh well, maybe we'll find out what happens when you send somebody something that they don't want. You sure? I only had one of them. Oh, and I did pick it up. Oh well. You are right, though, because I did have a 120 centimeter wall there. Yeah, maybe they'll give a comment like, oh, you sent me something I didn't want. Will they be happy about it? Or very sad about it? There we go. I'm not bothering fishing out that last piece. Sticks out the back, not my problem. Get it sent. Hey, there we go. Fully satisfied. They're not bringing up the extra wall that they got. And on top of that, I have other clients that I can fill in. Like this person is willing to pay me good money for a few items. Washing machine, corner cabbie, a ceiling fan. I think we can get that in a tiny little budget quick box. Okay, good. You should take a moment to see how much of each they want, because sometimes it catches you off guard when they want 10 of something. It certainly has caught me off guard. Rare washing machine. Sounds like you. And then they want a corner cabinet and a ceiling fan. Both of premium value. Sink, kitchen, corner, wall cabinet. But what we're just looking for is something called corner cabinet. Is it this? I actually don't know. Let's find out. The game is kind enough to alert you when something is correct or incorrect. It's not that. It's just called corner cabinet. But there's the ceiling fan at least. Corner cabinet. Bookshelf, RTV shelf, table, wardrobe. You sure I have this? Corner cabinet? Ah, there's corner cabinet. But yeah, again, this is from the place I tore apart just earlier. Easy money. Complete the order, get my good review. While I'm at it, I would quite like to reconfigure my warehouse so that the bricks are closer to the truck, considering the sheer amount of bricks I'm planning on bringing back. Oh, and while I was at that, what's with this weird single pallet right here? Yeah, let's bring it over here where it belongs. All right, any other orders to fulfill? Without poor people. Oh, 2 of my premium doors, unless a wealthy client also wants my door. No, quality client gets my hot door body. Can you fit doors inside these titchy ones? I think you can. We can certainly try. My crippling door addiction is paying off. In fact, I'm cleaned out of my doors. Beautiful. Feels so good knowing that I just stole those doors off of people and now I sell them off for good money. It's a similar kind of feeling you get when playing a Western RPG and you essentially loot a town and then sell it to the next town. Except in this game, the money actually, you know, you do stuff with it. Oh, they want my boffer bags of crap. I'm certainly willing to give it to them. They're paying me ridiculous money for it as well. That is actually just crap in there. Fine, the Moai heads are yours. You also free up a window slot, which is something I tend to struggle with. 27 and 33. 27. And 33. It took me a while to understand how the system works. I thought that people might want specific items that you find in the houses, but no. Also, let's keep these ordered. 31. 39. 7. 43. Good enough. Left to right, bottom to top. The sensible ordering. Yeah, mystery boxes. Hold on, something isn't right. No, it's all fine. I thought they ordered like 4 windows and I gave them 1, but no, they ordered 1 and I had 4 windows. Right, ignore all the poor people. They have nothing to offer me. And even the common clients tend to be a bit of a waste of time. Alright, let's get back to our job then. I want to make sure I still have time for this job. Yeah, I got 3 days to do it, and I only have to pay $50 per day that I'm working on it, so that's fine. And now that we know what's available there, I want to stock up on bricks. Now here's the question, how many pallets can you fit in here? 9 or 12? Honest to goodness, I don't know. Why, oh why, could I not pick up multiples of these? I'm going to fill up 9 pallets of these. Assuming there are enough bricks in this house to fill up that many pallets, there might not be. The hurricane wanted bricks as well. But yeah, if you sell bricks, especially to rare or wealthy clients, oh, the money. And it feels extra good knowing I just took that money straight from the walls. You have to stack the bricks in that storage, but yeah, I gotta stack them here, pallet by pallet, and I can't remember if it goes 3 high or 4 high. Alright, back we go. And I called our company Home Wreckers, which is a misnomer. The home is already wrecked. Alright, I love picking up bricks, and the bricks love being picked up by me. Let's keep these close by, get rid of the trash. A clean workplace is a happy workplace. This can go. Give me my bricks. Why do we keep hearing the Geiger counter? By the way, this game has no music apart from the launch screen. So that's why I'm playing my go-to synthwave by Carl Casey White Bat Audio, I believe. They used to say, hey, our music is completely royalty-free. Use it as you want. And I thought, great, so I did. And then they later went, actually, we need you to give credit, and we're going to do DMCA claims on all of your videos that don't have credit given. Now, fair enough, it's good to give credit, but that was not part of the original agreement. I think the issue was they were having people pass it off as their own music, so they had to take preventative measures. But it's good music, so I hold no ill will there. Stellaris music when? I don't think very highly of the Stellaris music, but I do think highly of the Synthetic Dawn music, so that only gets used in Factorio, right? I don't use it elsewhere. Just racking my head to think if I did. Okay. Give me the bricks. I want the bricks. It's taking so long. Where are those bricks at? Are you holding up bricks? So there's the aircon unit, but we can't have it. We can just destroy it. So you might be wondering what happens if you hammer the bricks. Not good things for a man who wants the bricks. Yeah, but these are already largely broken, just to say goodbye to them. Not my problem. I mean, hell, destroying this is what I'm here to do. I'll just consider the bricks a nice bonus payment. The recycling as well, this is definitely a 2-day job. Right. Do I want more walls, by the way? I don't think so. Walls are easy to find everywhere, so... When it comes to walls, I just... Actually, you know, I think it would be faster to take off the walls by jimmying them. Because of the gout, the grout, whatever it is. Yeah, it's probably actually easier just to do this. Although I don't like shaking around the chisel to take the wall off. Crunch! Alright. I guess we continue with that. Useless sofa, get out of my way. That's more like it. So yeah, common items like walls, I just pick them up if it's a necessity for a contract. And that was actually the first time I ever held onto a contract waiting to find someone somewhere to get the goods for it. Not something I think is even worth your time thinking about. Right, all these bricks look quite tantalizing. There are plenty of them. And most of them are on intact wall, so let's get chipping. Three times 3 times 5 bricks to a pallet. Don't bother with the corner stuff. They're half bricks anyway. Oh dear. Hey, but some of these bricks survived. It's good enough for me. I think one of them even actually fell onto my brick pallet. Extra convenient. Any more like single bricks? Single bricks in my area? There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so what I'm hearing is to hell with the half-broken walls. More of a liability than anything. The future is bright. The future is full of bricks. I think in terms of time, if you wanted to make the most money in the least amount of time and effort, you wouldn't even bother with bricks. Because unlike most other things, it's a lot of effort to go through to get it. At least if you unscrew some furniture, 1, it takes less space in your truck, and 2, it takes less time than doing all this chiseling work. But I'm an intrinsically motivated individual, and I really like the idea of tearing down the walls of somebody's beloved home for resources. Nose to tail and all that. Ooh, upwarping. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more layer, and we got one more back of bricks. Also feels quite good to set it up. You know, you take off the wall, you take off the grout, and then it's all just there. What color is this? Not great with colors. Terracotta, maybe. Let's call it terracotta gold then. Or that System of a Down song. How's that one go? Banana, terracotta, something. Ah, there we go. Fits in the side. Brilliant. Yeah, keep it open because I want to stack it higher. More bricks for the brick god. And unsurprisingly, if you take bricks from the bottom, all the bricks on the top will fall down and they will shatter. Because these are American bricks. They're made of sawdust. Sawdust and spit. Hotline Miami music. I have a feeling that would have rights issues. Although I don't know how vigilantly they protect their music copyright on Hotline Miami music. It is excellent music, no doubt about that. Not by a long shot. Fine. Now don't worry, if this is a little too thrilling for you, you might need to look away for a wee while, because I do plan on taking all of the bricks. At least as many as I can fit onto these brick pallets. And I believe I brought 9 brick pallets, of which we're now looking at 3 being full. This is awkward to position though. Yeah, good enough. Not as awkward as the lighting, holy crivens. Just throw the walls away, we don't care about the walls. Wait, what's the value of a single brick game? No value. So individually they are weak, but when combined together... value beyond comprehension. Gonna be struggling to get this done in time though, right? It's already almost 5 o'clock. And our demolition man always stops 6 PM on dot. Maybe there's something on the telly for him. What a social commentary. Not sure what they were going for with this game, although I really don't know what they were going for in this game. A good game, it seems. Sure, it's janky, but certainly one of the superior menial work simulation games out there. I guess this is hardly menial work. He was in the union, he's sticking to his roots. Yeah, even when he's his own boss. I never had any soft spot for the union, so when I became my own boss... Well, maybe I do now. Someone needs to tell my boss he's an arsehole. Keeps making me play all these awful games. I want to play awful games. I have to pay for the awful games as well. I mean, that can't be right. It's like one of those pay-on-commission jobs where you have to provide everything. Your own vehicle, pay for the fuel. Pedal stuff, but pay for the stuff you're peddling. At which point, what's the employer even doing for you? And don't get me started on my lack of lunch breaks. I'm really hungry right now. What time is it anyway? Holy crap, it's 7:10. Where did the day go? Oh, nice. Nice, that brick survived. Is this gonna fit? Sure hope so. Not entirely convinced. Oh yeah, oh well, yeah, that fits. Fits. Alright, don't worry, we only got 5 more pallets to fill up and then we're good. Do I even have space for 5 pallets here? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, probably. Alright, stack them up, Buttercup. Ah, Sora's there to tell me that they just had a bowl of chicken wings. It was so good. Yeah, wings are a bit of a scutter to eat at times, though. Not my go-to part of the chicken. I got some chicken breast, but it's frozen. I don't fancy thawing it out without anything good to mix it with. What the hell will I eat then? I don't know. I'll figure that out. I find it's more fun just to go into the kitchen, see what you have, and try and make something out of it. Although that can get difficult when you actually just have nothing. But even when you have nothing, you know, I've got flour, right? You can always make something out of flour. When in doubt, unleavened bread can go a long way. Alright. One more pallet for the pallet god if it wants to fit. Not sure fitting is something it wants to do. Gotta keep an eye on that timer. When we start coming close to 6 o'clock, and I definitely will be able to get all these pallets done by 6, we should grab any other large pieces and drag them home. Because you can squeeze out a little bit of extra time. You know, you can work until 5 to 6 and then drive back to the warehouse. And then it'll be something like, you know, 7 o'clock or whatever. And then you can end the day. And then when you start the next day, you're back home and you have the stuff driven home with you. So, a little optimization here and there. Oh, buy bricks. Hello, ceiling. It's alright. Ceiling is just more stuff to put in my recycling bags. You're so slow dragging entire pallets of bricks. I usually just drop them down for a wee bit. I wonder if I can get 2 pallets on top of you like that. Would that fit? Probably not. What? Okay then. Yeah, packing god. We're using the 4th dimension to pack in. I said I wouldn't be able to get all my pallets done in time, but there's only 2 more after this. It's a little too tight though. Since we have to come back here another day anyway, let's just make do with what we have. And actually it'll be a good indicator of if we can stack up to 4 high or 3 high when it comes to pallets of bricks back home. Because I truly don't know. If there weren't enough space, I could always make a second area for bricks, but I think this is going to sate my brick hunger for a long time. Unless a wealthy client comes along and asks for 12 pallets of bricks, and he'll pay me $1,000 for it. Which I think is a steal, right? Bricks aren't cheap, I'm led to believe. Alright, let's bring this heavy stuff home. It's so dark, like unfeasibly dark. Was there any other big thing for me to take here? I think we trashed and took everything so far. In that case, it's just a few bags of recycling, if we can stomach that. In you come. In you come. Set monitor 1% brightness. That's how it feels, huh? Not convinced the door is going to close on you. Oh, but it does. Oh, well, that's just fantastic. Space for a little bit more? Just a little bit? No? Okay, well then I'll leave you behind here. 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of recycling. Let's take this home. And now he refuses to work, just keeps tapping his smartwatch. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Won't even open the thing to the van here. I've got rights. Alright then. And go home and watch the footy. We actually made a loss. A whole loss. Wait, owned houses rent. Ah. Yes, that's what happens if you pass a day without finishing a job on a public work then. You gotta pay 50 on that. Sometimes it's more than 50, but I think I made enough to cover my costs. See, I'm really glad that those expenses exist. You can play this on a more relaxed mode where time doesn't pass and I don't think you have all these costs. What? No! I didn't even know that could happen. Okay, handle with care, I guess. Oh, and that was the expensive one as well. How embarrassing. Yes. Actually, yes. Well, go on, chat. Help me through these times. Tell me about a time when you've cocked up at work and accidentally broken something like that. I don't think I ever have, but there was a time when I was stacking some shelves and I was notably slower than the other person I was stacking shelves with. And somebody said, you know, they're doing a much faster job than you. And I said, yeah. And I didn't break any of the wine because they'd knocked over and destroyed some wine while doing so. Although, in the grand scheme of things, I think it's better to work faster and break a few things. You know, from an economical point of view. Anyway, you could definitely stack another one, right? So we're looking to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more loads of bricks. Well, it's a fresh new day and time to go out and do that, is what I'd say, except, are there any new orders? From wealthy people, no poors around here. Oh, would you look at that? I want walls and bricks. 8 and 9 of them for almost $1,000 dues. I love the rich. Poor people should just buy more money. I'll give this person their washing machine, though. There's a rare washing machine, one of you will do. And again, we kind of swing it back and forth so we can run faster or even run at all. Nothing I couldn't fix. I accidentally nuked a SAN once with a misclick. God damn. I thought you said you'd nuked San Francisco. Don't get my hopes up like that. What's an SAN? I work in a sex shop. Tell me all about cocked up. I thought you were delivering stuff on foot, or is that a previous job? And was you talking about slurping down some noodles early on? Some kind of mixed message. If only I had premium kitchen sinks, then this job would be worth a ton of money for me, because we could easily find some doors. They're willing to pay tons of money for my bags of crap, though. Who else is willing to pay me tons of money? Again, we don't deal with the poors. Premium wardrobe. Wait, I thought I got one of those. I must have already sold it. Big spherical light. Large storage server many moons ago. Ah. I did security for such places. This is a great job, very easy. Walls and brick pallets, I'll have that in no time. Well, actually, it'll be quite a lot of time. 8 brick pallets and 9 walls. Maybe that's a good reason to bring in one of the bigger trucks. Yeah, not even box freight. Let's take the super massive one. See how big these things get. Whoops, don't send that. One day, we could have a place like this. It's not opening. Wait, you have to left-click on that? Okay. All that space. Inner lighting. Actual lighting. Kind of. I'm not entirely convinced that lighting source is working. Oh, I dream. Ah, the delivery is just a side hustle. Very good. Hustling is good, I think. Just don't over-hustle. We've got $3,000. Does that mean we can actually look at options for vehicles? Well, if I sold this, yes. Let's see what another slot looks like. Because then you can see our options for a vehicle. Yeah, big, bigger, biggest. If only it went on to be biggester. But yeah, this is very expensive to run. Very slow, but the capacity. Huge. What are the options here? Small, medium, big, large, huge. Need other words for big. Anyway, I think we've seen plenty of this. I'm not going to bring you through the heart-pounding excitement of grabbing another dozen pallets full of bricks. This is a game that I will probably continue playing more in my own time because I'm highly enjoying it. And I think that's it for our streams today. What's on the clock for tomorrow? I'm going to finish off Star Sector. I don't think it'll be a long run. I just want to deal with the colony crises and put the game to bed because I think I've seen all I care to see in the game. And then ready myself up for a fairly lengthy Railgrade weekly one-shot. Not a lot of streams this week. Well, I've got my hands full with other things, so until I am back, it's a cheers and a cheerio.